All right, man. Here we go.
Right on.
Episode 40. How's it going, Logan?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
Just chilling, doing a podcast again.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. My first time doing something like this, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's good. You said you used to do like Skype calls in the past and stuff?
Yeah. So I would I was probably in like 11th grade, and I would do like Instagram videos on YouTube and like covers and stuff. And I like kind of got like in contact with the artist relation dude over at PV Amps, and like we just like talk here and there. And I was doing interviews at the time with kind of like smaller dudes. Like I did one with Jadron from Ex Mortis. I don't know if you know them or
it sounds familiar.
Yeah, or I don't even remember. There's a dude in the band Silver Talon from Oregon that's kind of like old school heavy metal stuff but newer, and like I talked to him, but then he Chris over at PV, I was talking with him, the AR dude, and he got me one at a Metal Allegiance show. It was one in person one, but it was with Alex Skolnick and Phil Demmel from Testament and Machine Head, which are like two of my favorites.
Nice.
I was like, cool. That was cool. But that was just like once I started getting like a job and graduated and doing the own band stuff, I kind of just like lost time for it.
Yeah,
but it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, that's
just
cool,
talking
man.
to my heroes, basically.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm hoping to get some sort of experience like that in this this podcast thing. Yeah, you know, it's fun talking with like all the musicians and stuff and like the local guys. It's like it seems like a majority of them have the drive to make it, but it's like a lottery. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's like
there's so many, and then it's like
dude, good luck.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard with music, especially like heavy music nowadays. It's it's been around since the late 60s, early 70s, so it's like hard to do something new and original that's gonna like stand out too.
That's true.
Because like I'd say 80% of the bands I love them, but they're not really like a reinventing the wheel type of band or something that's really done anything new, or
they sound like Black Sabbath.
Yeah, they sound like a band from 20 years ago, or three different bands from 20 years ago.
I like anybody that sounds like the first Metallica album.
Yes,
amazing,
right? Or it's like if a band sounds like Old Death to me or something like that, I'm like, I love this, but it's not anything new. It's like you can just go listen to that other band.
Kyler and I were talking about Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, yeah, they're massive. Which is that's kind of
huge,
like,
and
I guess
they just straight up say like our influence is Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
they just say it.
It's
like
the only
we are.
one.
Yeah, trying to be Led Zeppelin.
They're like, it sounds like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
which I mean, like, can't hate on it, but
do whatever you want. You know?
Yeah, which that's a funny one because they're huge. Like they're massive. Yeah, I mean, you see like a bunch of like teenage girls going to their shows and like they sell shit out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy.
It's like it was in the fucking in the fucking 70s.
Like actually back in the day.
Yeah,
they're doing something right.
Yeah, they sound like Led Zeppelin. That's what they're doing right.
Right.
I mean, you could have a band that sounds exactly like Black Sabbath right now, just with different songs. If you could do it like differently enough and make it like catchy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like a kind of an example for that. And like,
I mean, there's other doom bands.
Yeah,
you know.
Like, I mean, people could say like Black Dahlia, that it's kind of like at the gates worship stuff and like very mellow death worship, but they like got their totally own following and they have their own sound for sure, but it's kind of like that thing. Yeah,
it has the same like rhythm.
Yeah, it's almost like some people just don't want new music, but
I don't.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
like
new music. I'll listen to everything I have before.
Probably like 5 or 10 bands that came out in the past 10 years that are like totally have their own unique sound in the heavy genre that I'm like, I really like this. Most of them, it's like it sounds like something else.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's kind of it's kind of hard to break away though, you know? How do you make it sound totally different?
Yeah, because it's like you write based off what your influences are. So you're going to sound like what you listen to. So it's kind of hard to not write stuff that you're going to want to listen to. I feel like it's the only way to do that is just like mix different stuff together to like get something weird and new sounding.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's tough.
Yeah, I can just like, I mean, like, how do you say like, oh, this band influenced me without sounding just like them?
Yeah, basically. I mean, for me personally, it's like, just being honest, like there's riffs here and there that we have where I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a ripoff from this riff that I really like, or not really a ripoff, but you like listen to something that you like and then it kind of gives you an idea for something that sounds similar to it. Yeah.
Just don't tell anybody.
So it's like you can listen to it and hear it for yourself, but
Could you imagine if Greta Van Fleet just denied any
like
similarity to
Led Zeppelin?
We do not talk
Who
like
is
them.
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Let's just deny their existence. Never heard them.
It's just like, nah, I don't like them.
But yeah, it's because I mean, pretty much anything I've written, like the idea came from just listening to something else, and because I mean that's how you get inspired with anything. I feel like I can't say I really just like randomly heard a riff in my head that wasn't inspired by anything and just wrote it on my guitar.
Yeah, like it could be inspired by like the Green Zone in Sonic or something.
It's like there's musical geniuses who can do that for sure, but it's not me.
I mean, have you seen like people who use actual like the bit music, like they use the original sounds from Nintendo and try to make covers on the same programming. Like there's a whole like niche, like
it's they call it the MIDI covers.
Sort of. I mean, you can just take all the notes and turn them into MIDI and turn them into whatever samples. But there's people who like literally like make it how they would have made music for like a Super Nintendo game or like a NES game. They go into the program and like write the samples like on the same program and shit.
I've heard versions of that to where it's like Kill 'Em All, like, or like For Whom the Bell Tolls, and it's like sounds like Nintendo music. It's really cool. Or like Raining Blood.
Be cool if you could like change out Zelda to have like Metallica.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. It would fit the era.
Yeah. I'm sure if you have it on PC, you could edit that in somewhere and change the music out.
Yeah. Just imagining like the old school Metallica like playing Zelda. You know, one of them did it. You know, one of them got the Nintendo and they were playing Zelda in the fucking trailer or whatever.
What else were you doing back then?
That shit makes me laugh. But I don't know, man. What, like, have you been on any tours with Misanthropic?
Yeah, so we did a 5-day mini run in June, from June 27th or 28th until July 4th. It was like Tucson, and then 2 LA shows, a Sacramento show, and then Boise on July 4th.
Boise.
Yeah. Funny enough, it was like the farthest show, but Boise has a really good like local younger death metal scene right now.
Yeah, they're fighting back against the Mormons.
Yeah, definitely. Because we played there, and that was honestly the best show of the run. It was like in like someone's living room at their house, but there was like probably like 50 kids in like a small little living room, just like beating each other up.
Dude, I love house shows, man.
Yeah,
they're so cool. I threw 2 house shows with Arcanaut and Condemned Till Dawn.
Oh, I think I saw videos of that.
Yeah, that shit was so fun, dude.
Right.
I wish I could do it again, but I don't live in that house, obviously.
Yeah, they're fun, but I'm sure they're hard to throw. I mean, I've never put one on.
Those 2 were actually really easy because Arcanaut and Condemned both had like their own fan bases that were like excited to see more new shit.
Yeah.
And everybody knew they were both writing new stuff. So it was easy to say like, oh, we're going to, drop some teasers, drop some new songs at this house show. Yeah. And it was just like, everybody's like, oh shit.
Is it like tough to like with the neighbors and stuff and like
it was a brick house. Like the whole thing was like cinder block. Like it was one of those old 60s houses like made of total cinder block, and like
that's pretty sick.
So you could hardly hear it from the sidewalk. Like you knew there was loud music inside, but it wasn't like
it just sounded like there was a get together going on.
Yeah, if the neighbors went into their brick house, it was silent. Yeah, it was because everybody had brick houses, so it was like you couldn't hear it from inside somebody else's.
Because I remember like when Misanthropic hasn't done like too many DIY or house show stuff, but when I was still with Nuclear Remains, like doing vocals for them, we did a few house shows, and it's like they were all in like shitty areas in Phoenix, to where it's just like the neighbors don't give a fuck about.
It was a shitty area too.
Yeah. So it's like they're more worried about other shit in the neighborhood than some music going on in the backyard. It's like they're not calling the cops there.
There was a lot of people. We had the whole backyard filled with people. Yeah. It was like
they're fun.
We locked the front door. We like deadbolted it, and we were just like go around back. Yeah. It was like one of those parties. We moved all the couches out to the backyard.
Oh, nice.
Because like we had a huge concrete pad out there. We just moved all the couches out there. Yeah. So the whole living room was just wall to wall, like empty. Right. And we just like packed all the equipment in there. Yeah, 2 bands worth of equipment, just shoved side by side.
I love like playing at like the Nile and like nice venues, but like a house show is just so much more fun and like
there's
loose.
Something about it. And like when you're no rules. When you're done, you just kind of like leave your equipment there for a little bit and just go chill. Like you can just immediately drop your stuff.
Not like
and just
a bunch of weird
out.
Like re-entry rules and like drink stuff. It's just chill, and
it depends whose house it is and who's throwing it.
There's some that are like no alcohol or whatever, but usually
sometimes people like get too organized. They try to like control the whole thing,
like make it like, super.
It's like you either invite cool people or you didn't. Like,
you just got to make sure
like, don't invite shitty people.
Crowd's good and keep people in check. And
yeah, pretty much.
For the most part, I mean, I've seen plenty of instances where house shows get too rowdy, or there's usually like a fight or two, but
some dumb hardcore guy there trying to swing around. It's like, dude, we're in a living room. Like, this isn't the place, man.
It's like, it's melodic death metal.
Like, everybody's about to body slam him.
Yeah. It's like, I've seen it. Yeah.
But some guy at my show was like trying to push people into the band.
Oh, damn.
He's like standing with his back against the wall, and he kept jumping forward to push people in. And we all just turned around and just started shoving him back. Like,
yeah, it's like nothing wrong with like
get the fuck
getting
out,
rowdy and like shoving people around the pit, but don't just push
like
people in the band, like,
to
fuck up a show. Yeah. I mean, that's wild. Our show that we played over the weekend with Misanthropic, it was at that church I was telling you on North Pima. And there was like 4 different fights that broke out. Just like, I don't know what was going on, but just people getting too crazy, and they can draw some fishy crowds sometimes. But
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I've had people tell me stories on here where they're just like getting in fights for almost no reason.
I'm very just like mind my own business and kind of stay away from trouble or drama. So
with like metal music, like people get really like up on adrenaline, you know, and adrenaline, like people don't know how to control themselves.
And then they're like drunk and high at the same time, and they just
super drunk, super high, and then you're just like super like enraged, like this song's making you think of like some violent shit,
killing people. Then you're like, I'm gonna do that.
Not to say that it makes you want to kill
most people. Yeah, not at all.
But it makes you want to kill people.
But there are people who already want to kill people, and then they hear that, and that tips them.
Or it just sounds like a good time.
Yeah, some people just have too much of a good time. They don't really know
they think swinging on people is fun.
Right. Maybe that's how them and their friends get down.
Yeah, those are the people you don't invite to the house show.
Yeah. Like, dude, it's going to shatter all your mom's shit in the living room. And
just doing drop kicks through the drywall.
Kicking everything. We couldn't do that? Yeah.
I thought that's why we were here. To fuck shit up.
You can't have fun? I like that.
I thought this was America.
Yeah, freedom.
Just takes a guitar off the wall. Okay.
Yeah. That's not freedom.
So you got any plans for Misanthropic? You guys going on another tour?
So we're just writing right now for a full length. Yeah. We have like 8-9 songs done. So we're only going to write like one more song and then hopefully get it out early next year. Because we're going to record it, take our time, get it like tight and everything, get decent production. Because our drummer, Xander, he like records everything at our studio, like at his house. And then he'll like mix and master everything that we've released previously, but he wants to send it out to someone to actually master it this time.
Like to help polish it off.
Yeah, raise it like volume.
That's always a good move. So it sounds good on the streaming.
Right.
It's hard to get streaming perfect if you don't know the exact ins and outs of like how to get the lufts to the perfect like setting. And
because our biggest thing has been like just getting like the volume like really loud on previous releases. Like it's been decent for our 2 EPs, but we have one single out to where it's like noticeably quieter than any other release. And it's like it's also a lot more scoop sounding, but it's just like you can have it scooped and still have it be loud. So we're probably just gonna send it to someone professional to master it out, raise the levels a bit.
It's hard to get it to that level without just breaking it.
Yeah,
like at some point it just cracks
because he uses some kind. I forget what software he uses, but I think it's one of the free
Ozone
ones. Something like that. And,
Ozone's not free, but
once you like raise it,
one of the normal like standard ones.
Yeah, it might not be free. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But once he raises it to like a certain level, it just starts to fart out and like get too distorted. So you kind of got to keep it at a comfortable volume.
I have that problem like doing this podcast, like trying to like raise the level to the top. Like it's still quieter than other podcasts, but like I think that might be a problem with the hardware right now. I'm trying to push the mics like to the limit. It's still really quiet.
Working.
But I got to get like another preamp, like an inline preamp that'll like jack the level up a little bit more for me.
Yeah,
they're just way too quiet.
Yeah, I just tell people we have like the 90s BDM and old school death metal mix. It's like that. Yeah. Like because we have a scoop sound, and then it's like every 90s like old metal album you listen to is like half the volume of like a new metal album.
Just tell me it was recorded on tape.
Yeah, we do analog. Yeah,
it was recorded on cassette.
Get some clout with the older dudes.
You're like,
that would
no,
be cool to do.
It'd be louder.
Right? Yeah.
It'd be louder if it was on tape.
No, yeah.
Like younger people wouldn't know. They'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you could tell someone my age that, and
yeah, they wouldn't know.
Would be like, sick, dude.
An old guy would be like, this one fucking record on tape.
Yeah, it'd be twice as loud.
Talking about.
That would be cool to do. Record an album completely analog, all on tape.
Foo Fighters does that.
Nice.
Dave Grohl, that fucking nerd.
Yeah, there's some other old school metal band that still does that. I don't think it's Iron Maiden, but
Iron Maiden probably does it. Like
they might
for fun because they have all the money in the world, dude.
Yeah, like we're super.
They're practically like Death Clock.
Maybe Metallica. Yeah, who knows?
Metallica's probably done it. On some obscure like single somewhere.
I think Metallica might be the richest metal band in the world.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Have you seen the stage they use?
I saw them on their last tour. Yeah, it was massive.
You saw the stage? You went there?
Yeah, it was crazy looking. I was all the way in the back.
So I heard the drum kit like goes down under the stage, right?
I guess so, because I didn't know what was happening at first, because like a minute before they went on there was no drums, and then like they hit the lights and like cued that like Ecstasy of Gold sample, and then they came on, there was drums on stage, and then like in between every two songs like the drums would be in a different spot and then it'd be like a different kit. So I was like, what are they doing? So they must have had something under the stage like lifting it up. And
yeah, I wonder, they had multiple kits then? And he would just like run over to the next
like
kit.
5 or 6 kits throughout the show.
Shit, okay.
It was like an 1.5 to 2 hour show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So I was like, damn, I don't know how he's doing it, but
he just runs under the stage. Yeah. He's like ducking under the rafters and shit.
Because they had like the crazy circle, and then like a bunch of like towers with like crazy screens and like lights coming off of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've never really been to any show that big. And like I've always said before, I was like, why are these tickets so expensive? But I could see why they charge so much.
Well, like I mean, maybe
they're rich, but I was like that production has to cost millions.
It's because the demand. If they were cheaper, like they would go out so fast.
I mean, yeah, but there was also still like State Farm Stadium is 70,000 max, I think, capacity. Yeah. There was easily at least 65 there. It was a little empty, but it was almost sold out. So it was lot of people.
Dude. How close were you? Were you like really far away?
I was all the way back. Yeah.
Way at the back.
I was like back at the seat, but I kind of like that because you could just like bring in like a pen and just like chill back there and smoke and just like eat your snacks and just like watch the light show. So it was just kind of chill.
It's like a sports game.
Yeah, basically just watching them play.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I remember reading something that I think it was the first Hardwired tour they did. Like the first leg, each member made like $4 million each.
Jeez.
Like they walked home with like $4 million in their pockets. That's just like from like a leg, like a month of shows. It's like they did that tour for like 3 years. It's like I couldn't imagine. I don't know what to do with that much money.
I don't know. I'd hire an accountant.
Yeah, definitely have to be smart with it. A good
hire an accountant and tell like grow this. I don't know. I don't care how. If you got to use NFTs, like motherfucker, like figure it out.
Shit, I mean, you could give me $1 million and I wouldn't even know how to grow it or what to do with it.
Yeah, it would take me a little bit of time to research that.
I'd be like, this is too much money for me to like know what to do with.
Yeah, even $1 million, I would immediately hire a CPA. Like,
it'd probably be good for life, honestly. Just tuck that away and
maybe. It's getting pretty crazy right now. $1 million, I don't know if it'd be. I mean, it depends. Where do you want to live? If you want to be good for
somewhere
life,
cheap. Yeah.
If you want to live in like fucking Jamaica.
Yeah, I've been to Jamaica once.
With $1 million, you might be able to last for a while.
Yeah, if you don't get robbed by someone.
Yeah, if you don't get macheted in the neck.
I went there back in 10th grade, and I was like, it was very non-touristy area. Like the beach I was near, like you had to like wear thick shoes because there were just like used heroin needles all over the beach. But the people there were some of the nicest people I've ever met. God like damn. It was a really nice place.
The people that were outside.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones not hiding away.
Yeah, the ones that were like.
It was just like goats running around everywhere and like people just cooking up like.
Well, you were exploring around during the day, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't run around the city.
If it was at night, it probably would have looked way different.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. But
it's probably fucked up at night.
I'm sure, yeah. It was funny. We were like walking by a police station because I know like weed is technically like illegal there.
How old were you?
I was 16, I think. Yeah, I was 16 at the time. It was like a school trip. So I went with my chemistry teacher, and then it was like some other kids from my class. But it was like, because weed there is technically illegal, but we walked by this like police station to get ice cream, and there's just like 3 cops like sitting outside, just like puffing a joint. And I was like, damn, it was sick.
Yeah, I had a buddy who went there in high school. He went there like before he came to my school, so he had these like stories from his past or whatever.
Yeah,
but he said he went to Jamaica and like the police all had MP5s. And like they were
walking
around
and
like
strapped to their back or like their chest.
That's and cool. Like he said like one of the policemen actually like talked to them and was like, "Hey man, come here, like I'll help you out." And he brought him to this private spot like on this beach. Yeah, and like he gave him like a roll, like a joint.
Oh really?
Like, here, enjoy this.
I thought he was gonna try and like take money from him.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna get fucked over, and he like just led him to this like random corner of like the beach that had no people.
That's pretty cool.
Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know. It could have been a total lie, actually. It could have just been fucking with me, dude.
Yeah, I've heard stories of like people I know in Mexico getting like stopped by cops out there. Then like they just like give them like a $20 bill, and then like the cops like, all right, you're all good.
Yeah, I heard the code word is sodas.
Sodas, okay.
You gotta get some.
Yeah,
like my guys are thirsty. We need some sodas.
That's crazy.
They say that when you get pulled over.
Yeah,
you're just like.
Yeah, because I hear a lot of the time they'll just pull you over just to get some cash, especially if they see you're from the U.S. too.
Yeah,
they're gonna want to fuck with you more.
You pretty much got to give them like a 20 each.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing I don't want to do.
20 bucks.
End up in some jail or prison in another country, not being from that country.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the worst, man.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
Definitely get treated like total shit.
Yeah, I mean, what would you do? You don't even like if you didn't speak their language or anything.
You can't communicate. You're just there. Hoping someone doesn't fuck you up.
Yeah, hoping they hand you a phone at some point.
Yeah,
like
especially somewhere like Mexico.
Right. Well, Mexico, it wouldn't be as bad as like Russia.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
being like an ocean away.
I think of like worst prison, I think of Russia usually.
Yeah, Mexico might have some pretty bad ones.
Or actually, I feel like the Middle East probably has got some crazy stuff. I'm not too sure.
Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba. I'm sure, really, honestly, a lot of countries besides America. Yeah, North Korea. That's actually probably up there.
Iran.
Yeah.
They probably have some pretty bad prisons.
I'm sure. Especially for an American white man like me. I wouldn't want to end up there.
Go to an Iranian prison?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I probably wouldn't even go to the prison.
You wouldn't get there.
They just
you wouldn't get there.
Me, yeah.
You'd disappear. You'd just be gone.
I'd be, in the dust.
It's like, oh no, I think he walked out that way into the desert.
Yeah. I think if there's any prison I would like, if you said I had to go to one, I'd be like, take me to Norway or like Sweden.
Yeah.
Because I hear that's just like almost like a hotel that you can't leave.
It's like a cottage.
Yeah.
With like a fence around it.
Because I remember reading about like that dude Varg from Mayhem and Burzum. Like after he killed the dude from Mayhem, like he was talking about his time in prison. He was like, it's pretty nice in the prisons there.
Well, that's wrong. They should be like concrete boxes.
Right. But I mean, I guess they have a higher rehabilitation rate.
Yeah, so. I mean, I don't think the point is to make people uncomfortable. The point is to remove them from society.
No, yeah, totally.
You know, like people get it mixed up.
But then it's like,
like the conditions you're in shouldn't be the punishment. The punishment is being pulled out of society, not being part of the community. Yeah. Like taking that away from somebody is
shouldn't be living in shit conditions. Yeah.
Once you realize you don't have that community anymore, it's like it kind of like makes you reevaluate.
You're not really going to get every comfort of home, but
and that's not going to work on everybody either.
Shouldn't have dog shit conditions.
Yeah. Some people are just sociopaths.
Yeah.
Or some people are just conditioned to fucking do a certain thing.
That's true.
Like, you know, stealing cars fucking makes them happy.
Yeah. And serial killers, the big one.
Yeah, like
a lot of dudes are like,
I was going like on the lower end first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say serial killers. Sure.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like kleptomaniacs, like people just steal shit all the time.
They just like, steal from Target.
I don't even want this. I just took it because I felt like I needed to.
Yeah, I saw somebody steal from Target the other day.
Yeah.
I walked in there.
It's crazy.
Just saw this person like, just grab something off a shelf and walk right out the door. Like,
yeah, I don't get that. I'm the person to like, if I did that, I'd be nervous to go back to that Target for like months. And I'd be like, did someone like see me? Did they got me on cameras?
Right.
Like I'd be overthinking it and like.
You know, they did that shit yesterday. like they did the day before. Like
I heard that Target though, they like they'll get you on their cameras and they won't really do anything until they've like caught you doing it multiple times in the store, and then they'll like just set up like a trap with the cops basically and like get you arrested, because then they'll have you for like multiple accounts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they can get you for like a serious
Their
sentence.
security is pretty hardcore. If I was going to steal from anywhere, it would not be from Target.
Oh, it's Walmart if you're
I would steal from Walmart or like Fry's, some Kroger store.
Like a dollar store or some shit.
Yeah. Something that's not Target.
Target employees get treated well enough and get paid decently to somewhat care.
Well, they have security. They have like in-house security. The Target trains their own security. Right there. Yeah, like, well, I mean, just their surveillance. Like they pay somebody to watch the cameras all the time.
Yeah, like Walmart, I don't think they have someone watching them.
Like maybe they do.
They're recording, but
they don't have the same training. I can tell you that.
No, definitely not.
It's like the difference between QT and Circle K.
Right.
Like
it's night and day.
QT's way better.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's like, Circle K, they'll hire anybody.
Yeah. You gotta want a job here.
Yeah. Oh, you can count to 3.
Yeah.
Here's a register full of money.
You could probably put on your resume that you need a job to buy crack and they'll hire you.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's like, I get it.
As long as you show up on time, yeah.
I understand here.
Show up for the shift and you got it.
Just be here at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll give you a vest.
Just stuff like it.
Like, I like your face tattoo.
Yeah. The neck complements the face a lot.
It's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I can never.
Now they just have robots.
Yeah.
They just have like a little pad you set your stuff down. I like them. I think they're cool.
Oh, like the self-checkout ones?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like robot cashiers checking.
Well, they are. They're robots.
Basically,
they're cameras. They don't have arms. They're robots without limbs.
Yeah, pretty much anytime I go in, I'd much rather go to that thing than wait for the cashier.
Yeah, the cashier's always slow.
Or it's really super nice when there's a dude spending like 20 minutes on lotto tickets.
Yeah. And it's just sitting there like turning them in.
Just like I just need to get this energy drink before work and leave.
I'm always in that dilemma. It's like my least favorite first world problem.
Yeah, having to wait.
Having to wait for the dude to buy scratchers.
Yeah.
So I can get my caffeine. Sometimes I'm tempted to just...
that's the worst complaint of your day.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the first.
Yeah. It's the first of many.
Yeah. It's the worst at the time, but that's like the start of the day.
The worst of that hour.
Things could get worse.
Yes.
Then I have to drive.
Yeah.
Like 40 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, I get very impatient on the road.
Yeah. Phoenix traffic is just getting crazy too. It's been getting so bad.
Bunch of people moving here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't think Arizona drivers were too good in general, so.
No, because there's not really a lot of emphasis on learning how to drive. They just want to get people behind the wheel of a car as fast as possible.
Like it's the driving test for like your license is very quick, very easy.
All I had to do was
I had to do a 3-point turn, and then I went on the street for like maybe 5 minutes, and the dude was like, "All right, you're good." I went through like a light and did a right turn.
It's like you can drive for the next 50 years.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I know I can drive decently, but there's a lot of people that
how many people pass that test on accident?
Right. Or just like had a lucky day. They didn't really know what they were doing.
Or like they popped an Adderall.
Yeah.
Or something.
Did something.
They're just better than they were on a normal day.
Yeah, like everyone here I feel like is just super in a rush to get everywhere on the road. And goes like real fast and cuts you off and tailgates you. I'm like,
I do that. I'm just kidding.
I do it if you're going under the speed limit.
Yeah, I do it if you're going the speed limit.
Then I'll like passive aggressively cut around you and go in front. But
yeah, if you're going the speed limit in Phoenix, like you're playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, if you accelerate at the light and you're not going 40 within 10 seconds, you're dead.
Yeah,
it's bad.
You're dead.
Yeah,
just exploded. Boom.
Yeah, some giant F-150 is just gonna ram into you.
F-350, dude.
Yeah,
with a camper shell, like dually,
like extended mirrors,
the birth and hips.
Yeah,
you know.
Dude, those things. I remember like driving around in like LA area with like Nuclear and Misanthropic, like guys like, you know, those narrow streets in like suburb areas, city areas.
Yeah.
And like everyone's parked on the street and there'd just be dudes with their giant trucks, like super wide. And they'd have like the mirrors extended into the street.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you just want someone to drive by and knock it off.
The tow mirrors.
Yeah. I'm like, you can push them in. So like, why not?
Your truck looks stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
We all hate it.
Yeah. Everyone. 90% of the people here hate your truck, and they'll just be like, good.
Yeah. I don't care.
Good.
It makes them happier to know people hate
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Like,
fucking Christ.
some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny at the time, but people still have those stickers on there, dude.
Yeah, it's like it was a funny thing that happened, but it was like, I'm not gonna get a fucking sticker on my car about it.
Every big truck has a "Let's Go Brandon" sticker, like,
or the Punisher or the Blue Lives flag.
Yeah, we just saw a Punisher sticker in the parking lot.
I think he also had the blue flag,
the blue stripe.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he was doubled up.
That was okay, I guess. The blue stripe, like that's pretty like neutral. Like you're just saying,
I know
you're just saying like police are necessary.
It's pretty much
like
always
that's okay.
Usually someone who has like a family member. I feel like,
usually.
or like knows someone.
Yeah,
but there's a small group who are those Punisher.
They just want to be a
dudes.
cop. They want to be a cops.
They're like, yeah, let's go. Fucking don't question them at all.
I heard somebody gave me a good term. It wasn't civilian cop. I forgot what the term was. Like somebody gave me a good term for it. Like somebody who just like wishes they would have joined or something.
Cosplayer
like,
cop.
I don't know. Yeah. Like I forget. I wish I could remember. I don't know. There's a lot of those dudes though that like just dress like it.
There's a lot of those with like
they wear like the tactical belt everywhere.
Them or like they'll be like super into like military stuff, but like they're not in anything in the military at all.
Yeah.
And they're just like super into this shit and like act like they're in it. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Like just go like, join if you're that into it.
They wear like a grunt style shirt.
Yeah. The ones with like the flag on the sleeve.
Grunt style.
It says some like hard like quote on the front.
Like Goggins.
Crazy. Yeah. Like the pain
something by Goggins
leaving the body.
Like stay hard.
Yeah. Stay hard. We all wear that shirt. Yeah, that stuff's funny. It's like just join the Marines, dude. Join the Army.
I was in the Navy for a while.
Oh, nice.
For like 4 years, and I remember I went to while I was in. It was like near the end of the 4 years. I went to Connecticut. I was in Maryland, so it was like a 5-hour drive up to Maryland. I had family up there. We like spent Thanksgiving together. And we went to this bonfire, me and my cousin, and this guy came up to us and started like telling me like that he worked for the Army. I'm like, you work for the Army? Like, he said, yeah, I'm like in the Army.
I work.
Then he started saying he's in the Army, and he was like telling me he was in the Army.
Immediate red flags.
Yeah, and I was like, you're not in the Army.
Yeah,
there's no way. He was like this like really stout dude. He looked like Gimli.
No, nice.
Like fucking Gimli off of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, like a dwarf with a big ass beard.
It's
like, you are not in the Army, dude. And I was like shaved, you know, like
they
the
don't
clean
allow
haircut.
Beards
Like, what are you saying to me?
Shaved.
Like, it's like, yeah, dude, I go on base. And I work on base every day, and like, so you're a contractor that works for the Army. And he's like, no, I'm in the Army. It's like, the fuck, dude. He's like trying so hard to convince me that he was in the Army, and like that he like mentioned all these different places and like, oh, you should know this place and this place. And I was like, dude, I'm in the Navy.
Yeah,
like, I keep telling you, like, the Navy is different. If you were in the Army, you would know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
that. Like
you would just like built shit on like an Army base.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just like you're a contractor. Like you do something on the base. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're not.
He's like trying so hard to convince me. It's like, I don't know who you think I am. I'm just some dumbass like fucking guy who works on an airfield. Like I'm not like the fucking commander on base or nothing. Right. Like I don't know. It was just funny. He's like trying to impress me. It's like, I don't know you. Like I don't know your name.
These dudes are interesting. My older brother just got out of the Marines. He was in for 4 years, and he would like always talk about the guys who like just got out of boot camp, but would be like super serious about it and just like wearing the shit all the time. And
everybody gets that, dude. Everybody gets that like syndrome when you go through boot camp, because it's such a shitty experience. You come out of it and you want people to like notice it, kind of like subconsciously. You're like, I want to be recognized for going through something so shitty. Like, you know, so everybody kind of has that a little bit. Like it touches everybody to a degree. Yeah. Some people just dive right in. Right. Just like, the whole persona. Yeah, I'm a sailor now. Yeah. They like wear their dress uniform out.
My brother would call them grunts or something like that.
Yeah, they're like moto.
Some other term, I forgot what it was.
We call them like moto. We call them like Joe Navy. That was the term. Joe Navy. Fucking Joe Navy over here.
That's with like just a lot of groups in general. When like dudes like first get into it and they're just like super enthusiastic, like overly enthusiastic.
Some guys keep it too. Some guys don't lose it. They just hold on to it forever.
It's just like their persona and kind of their
if you see like there's a lot of veterans that will never say they're veterans. They'll never like say, like bring it up. I hear that with
like Marines all the time. They're like,
Marines.
They're
Navy.
like, I'm always a Marine. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some people that will just never say anything about it. Like it doesn't define them, And then there's some people that will literally like get the hat that says veteran and which war they served in, and they'll get all the stickers on their car and the license plate cover. And
I mean, I don't hate on it at all, but
dude, I mean, do whatever you want. Like, I wear metal t-shirts. I like death metal.
It's all the shit I wear. So
you like the military.
Yeah,
you wear your military stuff. Like, but it's just it's weird how little that is, like there's only few number of people who hold on to that pride for so long.
I feel like any dude I know from the military is either like that, or they just are complete opposite to where they hate it. They just like want to forget about it. They're like, I never want to do that again. Like, that's how my older brother is. He's like, fuck that, I'm never going back.
Did he like go on tour or something? Did he like go do a tour in Afghanistan or something like that?
No, he was in the past 4 years. So like he did a deployment through like Africa, Iceland, like Greece.
Oh, what
like
branch?
Marines. Yeah, so he was like on a Navy ship for a while.
Oh, he was on a ship as a Marine?
Yeah.
That's actually cool.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty dope.
You got to see all the ocean stuff.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
So like Greece and like Iceland.
I'm sure it was shitty because he was on a ship. Like that part probably sucked dick because being on a ship.
He definitely didn't like it overall. But
it's probably a smaller boat, huh? It probably wasn't a big ass fucking ship, huh?
No, I think he said it wasn't like massive, but it wasn't small.
It wasn't a carrier. They don't put Marines on carriers unless
he said it was something to where like they had a few maybe helicopters and some stuff they could take off of it, but I don't really remember too well.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's got to be like a small deployment.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope. You got to see so many cool places, dude. I was in the Navy and I didn't get to see shit. It sucks.
You didn't go anywhere?
No, I went to Maryland. Like I went around in school. I signed on as like a nuclear electrician.
Yeah.
And failed out of that school. Then they re-signed me as like an aviation electrician.
Oh damn.
And I went to more school. Mm-hmm. And then they sent me to Maryland for like 2.5 years, and then I got out.
Damn. I was like at a base all the time. Just
pretty much. There's like a tiny little airfield in southern Maryland called Pax River Air Base or Pax River Naval Air Station.
Yeah,
so it's this tiny little base. It's like 40 minutes from any other town.
Yeah, besides that deployment, said he was just sitting at a base in North Carolina for
North Carolina
3 years basically.
3 years?
Just doing drills and random shit and
you don't want to be a Marine just sitting still.
Yeah. He tells me plenty
they
of
put
stories
you through shit, dude.
Military's not for me, but Marines definitely not.
No. Yeah. And my brother was in the Marines too.
Yeah.
My older brother joined the Marines about 5 years, like 4.5 years before I joined the Navy.
Oh, damn.
So he like got through we were in at the same time. So it was probably like 3 years before I joined.
Yeah.
So we were in for like a few months before he got out.
Nice.
But there's like one picture of us in uniform together. Like that's it.
Yeah.
But he said he was in California like the whole time. He was like checking out guns to people. He just worked in the armory for most of it.
Yeah.
It's like not even what he was trained to do. Like,
right.
He just got stuck there.
Right.
It like San Diego is cool, I guess, but he was kind of bummed because he didn't get any experience at all. Like nothing useful out of the Marines.
So yeah, my older brother was unlucky because he lived with my dad, who lives in upstate New York. So he enlisted there. So he went to Parris Island in South Carolina, which is like 120 degrees, 100% humidity.
Yeah.
Just total shit swamp.
A nuclear electrician school is in Charleston, South Carolina. So same shit, dude. Right off like pretty much close to the coast, right in a fucking swampy ass area.
Yeah.
Like the ground is all wet. There's ants. Ants build their burrows above the ground.
I've seen
there.
them, yeah.
They just build pyramids, like hills.
We went for his graduation from boot camp, and that was in October.
Yeah.
Like it was a week before Halloween, and it was still like, I was like, this is way hotter than like any day in an Arizona summer.
Well,
and
not
I was
anymore.
like, and it's October.
It's October and it's like 100 degrees right now, dude.
Yeah, but still, I was like, I would much rather take outside now compared to outside there this time of year. I was like, I can't imagine like July and June here, like doing boot camp in like the field and like full uniform.
Yeah,
that's gotta be.
I thought South Carolina
the worst thing.
I thought South Carolina was bad.
Yeah,
for nuke school, and then I got re-rated. Excuse me, to aviation electrician, and aviation school is in Pensacola, Florida, which is in South Alabama, pretty much. It's like the Panhandle, right on the edge by South Alabama. It is just like the most humid. Like you're just in a sauna all the time.
I bet.
And it just randomly will just start dumping rain out of any cloud. If there's a cloud above you, like it's just a 50-50 chance whether it's going to start dumping rain on you or not.
I don't mind the rain at all, but I can't do the high humidity.
It gets really inconvenient because the way the Navy school standards work were really weird. Like if there was rain on the forecast, they would call it thunderstorm conditions, and you would have to put on this big ass waterproof parka and like bring an umbrella with you or like some stupid shit like that. And like, exactly. It's just some rain, and like they would force you to like don all this gear to go outside of your barracks. And you're like, dude, I'm fucking like 23 years old.
All a parka and an umbrella is gonna do is keep you dry.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, why do I have to wear
like
this?
I'm in school. Like I'm just going to the building over there.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, you know? But there was one time that I didn't do it. I was like, fuck that thunderstorm condition. And it was the one time I did watch where I had to patrol around all the buildings.
Oh damn! So you're just outside the whole time.
Yeah, the one time I was outside the whole time. I said, fuck that. I'm not wearing that damn parka. It's 100 degrees outside. And as soon as we start that watch, like it started dumping rain on us, like inches, like the heaviest fucking rain you can imagine, the biggest raindrops the whole time. And I was just walking through that with my buddy who had his parka. Actually, it wasn't even my buddy. He was just a friendly guy who also had watch. I'd never met him before.
Acquaintance.
Yeah, we were just talking and hit it off right away. I'd never met him before, you know. We were just talking and it just started pouring rain. He had a parka and I didn't. And I was just like, motherfucker. My boots were filling up with water because they're waterproof. So my pants were like dripping into my boots and they're just filling up with water. I was just like walking in the water.
Yeah.
And it was miserable. I had to be out there for like 3 hours before they finally called thunderstorm condition.
After 3 hours of
we were waiting. We kept going back. Like every 20 minutes we would go back into the counter and be like,
can we go?
Is it thunderstorm condition? Can we because that means we would be able to sit instead of walk around outside. You get to sit down,
at least chill.
And they're like, nope, not yet. And okay, you're gonna make me walk back out there. I'm like dripping wet. He's like, yep.
Yeah.
It's like, you should have brought a parka. I'm like, motherfucker, dude. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, man.
Yeah.
Like, but he's like a captain. Like,
yeah, the military seems
like I'm not gonna fight a captain, obviously.
Right. The military seems like just a lot of annoyances and aggravating scenarios.
It is. It's just a lot of
what am I
like,
doing here?
It's a lot of what am I doing here? Yeah, for sure. Especially boot camp. Boot camp was bad because I had a perpetual cold the whole time. Oh, everybody is like slightly sick the whole time. It's just really bad. And I was put in charge of a bunch of people. I was immediately made like a section leader when I got there. I was like, oh, you're competent. You're going to be in charge of all these fuckers. I was like, oh,
God damn it.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I volunteered for something.
Right.
I immediately showed I was good at something. And like, they're like, you. It's like, God damn it. Like, fuck, I should have just fucked up on purpose.
Right. Should have looked like an idiot.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah, I remember my cousin also went in with my brother at the same time, and they were like in boot camp together, and he had like pneumonia bad the whole time.
Oh yeah, dude.
And like they were just basically like, we don't give a fuck, like just power through it. And then at like the end, he got like medical attention or whatever. But
that's fucked up, dude. Yeah. There was this dude. When we went through, there's this like final test, and it's like this weird ship. It's like, I don't know, they pretty much tell you to take a vow not to talk about it, you know, but who cares? Like, it's this giant ship that like Disneyland made, pretty much.
Disneyland made it?
They literally got contracted to make
for
this
the Navy.
Ship. Like the people who make this shit for Disneyland got contracted to make this.
That's crazy.
This battleship. But you go through and do all this training on it, and you go through different evolutions to like navigate the ship or like move supplies, like just to show like what the fuck is going on. If something, if like they have fog machines and like like torches, like firing the ceiling and shit, like that's crazy like looking stuff, and it looks real. So it's like, you're going through this shit, like it's intense, and you got the instructors are like, these fucking cats, I'm gonna kill them, dude. But the instructors are like standing there like yelling at you like, yeah, go. You have to like, get out, like find the exit, go. Like they're like grading you. They have a clipboard and you see them with the clipboard and you're like, oh God, am I doing this right?
Start getting worried about it. Yeah, that would fuck me up, like trying to do something correctly, but then like the person yelling at me right behind me to do it correctly.
And then there's some rooms
like,
where they don't.
Know, but
there's some rooms you go in and they just say like, figure it out. Like, what do you have to do? Yeah. They ask like, you what to do. Yeah, they ask you what to do, and you're like, oh God. Like there's one room where there's like this pipe that busted open. It's just spewing water everywhere. Damn. And there's like they have like a pipe patch kit like next to you. You just have to like slide it over the pipe and like turn down the rails to patch the pipe. It like just stops the leaking.
Dude,
like
this is just like a crazy intense like Disneyland.
Yeah, it's like an escape room. Yeah. But it's like water in your face and like fire over your head and smoke everywhere. Yeah. And also they the night before they don't let you go to sleep.
Oh fuck.
You have to stay up all night, and then in the morning you go to battle stations. Like damn. So you're like ready, you're like you should have been asleep fucking 9 hours ago. And you go to breakfast. To stay asleep. Yeah, you go to breakfast and then you go straight to battle stations. Like
fuck that.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, dude. You're all tired, and by the time, and it's like fucking 5 or 6 hours of this. Yeah. Like so you go through some, like I couldn't say it's like you don't feel like your life is in danger or anything. Like it is just a bunch of bullshit. Right. It's bullshit.
Like it's just training stuff.
Yeah, it's just training.
It's the worst shit you've
ever
done.
Like it's like an obstacle course. So you're like pushing yourself the whole time. You're not just like bullshitting your way through it. Like you have to do it. But it's like by the time you get out, you're so tired. It was like, ugh.
Yeah, I remember my cousin and brother saying they went to something after boot camp called like MCT. I think it was like Marine Combat Training or whatever. It's basically like second boot camp or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's different than basic. He was saying
they weren't allowed like a lot of sleep. Like they couldn't sleep a lot of the time, and then they would have to go on crazy hikes.
Yeah, it's a lot of hiking.
And he was saying like my cousin was saying he was having like crazy like sleep deprivation, like hallucinations in the woods.
The shadow people.
He was saying he was seeing like they were going on runs and he was like in the front leading everyone. And like he saw like this orange figure like standing out in the woods, like super bright. And then he said it just like zoomed in up to his face like super fast and just was like staring at him. And he said it like freaked him out to where he like fell down and like fell on the floor. And
Holy
like his
shit,
like the other
dude.
dudes behind him like picked him up and like, the fuck are you doing? And I was like, damn, yeah, that sounds crazy.
Could you imagine being in combat and being sleep deprived?
Yeah, you
like what do you trust, dude?
Yeah, you'd see some wild shit probably.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, if I don't get a good enough, like if I don't sleep for like 8 hours the night before, I'll like be drowsy through the day, like after. So
I think like 6 is my minimum.
Yeah.
And that's like I can only do that like 2 or 3 times in a row. And then I'm like, by that third day, I'm like obviously dragging.
Yeah, because I like went out to San Diego last weekend for that Cannibal Corpse and Gorgut show. And I stayed at a friend's house and we were like hanging out partying until like 5 a.m. that night after the show. And I went to sleep at like 6 and then woke up at like 11 and then had to like drive 5 hours back here. And then like that's 3 hours into the drive, I'm just kind of like dozing on the road a bit. I was like, I got to pull over, just like chug an energy drink or something. Keep myself awake.
Yeah, man.
Walk around for a minute.
I had to do some crazy driving like that with Arcanaut and Condemned. We went out to Texas. We went to Austin, and we were supposed to have a show in New Mexico, but the show didn't work out. Like the venue was all fucked up, and we couldn't. Like they gave us a stage that was like meant for like maybe a stand-up show, like a stand-up comedian show.
It's like a tiny little stage.
Yeah, it was a room. It was
like
a room.
We can fit a drum on this stage.
Yeah, a drum.
A drum.
Like Nate was hitting his head on the chandelier. Like,
you can put a floor tom on the stage.
Fucking Dan McCourt was hitting his head on the chandelier. That guy's like fucking. He's a hobbit.
Yeah.
He's like
not a tall dude. Yeah.
But I have a video of us like checking the room out, and everybody's like,
fuck this.
everybody was just miserable. And Kyler's there. Kyler's in the video. He's like laughing, like, like this
always
is
the dude
stupid.
just laughing at it.
Yeah, dude. Me and him were the only two that didn't play in the bands.
Oh yeah.
So we were just the two like roadies pretty much, and we were just like, dude, this is
having
fucked
fun
up,
no
man.
matter what.
This is fucked up, man. Well, like we were bummed out. We wanted to like get a show in New Mexico, you know?
Yeah.
Because we were just doing Austin and New Mexico, and we were gonna try to hit Flagstaff, but that show got dropped like early on before we left, you know. And we showed up at Albuquerque and at this place called Red Velvet Lounge, and it was just like a shit show, dude. And they were going to do a rap show at the same time. Like they're just going to have us in a different room.
Like kind of like how like the Nile does shows or like.
Dude, it was a room. It was
Yeah.
a fucking like
Just
a
one room?
Yeah, it was like an office that was turned into a stage. And I was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah,
Like, we can't do this. I was like talking to the guy who's supposedly the manager of the establishment at the time, and it was just really bad. Like, I don't think he was all there.
Probably not.
He shouldn't have been in charge of the bar. Like, he really shouldn't have. He asked for an album, and he gave me a handful of dimes. I was like,
gives you
dude,
like 100 dimes to pay for like a $10 CD.
yeah, dude, he gave me like a handful of dimes.
Dude, what the fuck?
And yeah, I was like, I'm gonna see if I have any. Like, I walked out to the trailer, and the like half the bands are standing out there, like,
Yeah.
you know, Arcanon Condemned. We're all chilling out by the trailer, and I go to the trailer, and I was gonna open it to get the albums, and like they were looking at me weird, like, what are you doing? It's like, I was like, well, the bar manager gave me this handful of dimes. I was gonna get him an album. And they looked around. They're like, dude, we don't want to open the trailer right now. So like, there was people lining up for a rap show.
Yeah.
And they were all like
sketchy people.
Sketchy as fuck, dude. Like
right.
the bottom of the barrel in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Albuquerque's already rough.
It looked rough, dude. And our trailer was just facing the line to the door. Like all our
you don't
doors
want to expose all of our nice
like
gear
show
to
everybody
people.
we have a trailer full of band equipment.
Yeah.
They already knew we were a metal band. Like it was pretty
Right.
obvious. And it was
very
like,
obvious.
I was like, I'm already sketched out having a trailer in this parking lot. And I went back inside and gave the guys dimes back. I told them we didn't have any. I thought it was way more worth it.
Yeah,
than
probably.
than opening the trailer to all those
He probably
guys.
didn't even give you enough money for a CD.
No, it wasn't enough. It was $10,
shit.
dude. It was $10 and like
Damn.
dimes, and I think there was like 2 quarters.
Who the fuck just carries around like $10?
You got it out of the
worth
register.
Oh shit! Probably wasn't even his money.
Pulled it out of the
Let's take
register,
this shit out of here.
dude. Yeah, it wasn't
Stealing
even his.
from his
He
business.
probably got a dime roll from under the register
That's
and like
crazy.
cracked it open.
That's very Albuquerque.
Oh, it was bad, dude. It was
Yeah, I remember
really bad.
I did merch with Nuclear Remains after like a few months ago after I'd already left the band.
Yeah.
Just like helping them out and driving when they played Idaho Death Fest. And then they did a Utah show the day before. And my drummer's other band, Blood Loss, went out with them. So it was like 10 of us in a van with like a big trailer. And then I remember we were like all saying like whoever's in the front seat with the driver's got to stay awake just to like make sure the driver's good and like it's more safety.
Yeah,
On the road.
for sure.
And then I remember I was like driving us back after I think it was after Idaho or it might have been Utah. And it was like early in the morning and I was like about to pass out on the road. I'm like driving this big van hauling a trailer and I like look behind to see if like anyone can switch to drive with me and everyone in the van is just passed out. And then I look over like the front seat and like my friend's just sitting there just passed out and I'm like, fuck, I hope I don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Just kill all these people in this van.
Yeah, right.
And it's like buttfuck middle of nowhere in like Idaho, so there's nothing around besides just hills and mountains.
Yeah,
it would be like
I've driven through
hour
Idaho
to 2
before.
hours before like you'd see a gas station.
Oh yeah,
It's like Jesus.
Idaho,
Every time you stop, you got to fill up full tank.
it's an empty place, man.
Yeah, there was a few times driving to where like the tank was getting a bit low, and like I was like, I really hope we find a gas station soon. So I was like, I feel like we're gonna run out of gas,
Yeah,
but we were good. So
yeah. I drove from Maryland back to Arizona. in my Ranger.
Oh, Jesus. What is that? Just about like a day drive?
It was like 2 days. Or
2 days,
actually, it was like
stop?
It was 3 because of a storm.
Okay,
we had to stop because of a storm. It was right as we started too. There was this big ass storm, and it just started hailing, and there was like tornado warnings and shit. And this was like around Pennsylvania. I was like, oh shit! Like I don't know this area. Like we gotta stop, and like we stopped at a motel, and like just for the night, and just like, oh, we'll just start in the morning, I guess. Like fuck this day. Like it was like at 4 or 5 p.m. Like the whole day was fucked.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if I could do a drive that long. I'm just like, I'd rather take a plane. I know if you map like New York from here, like where I live, where I used to live in like upstate New York, it's like, it says it's like a 24-hour drive, but that's if you're not stopping at all.
Yeah, that's
like a straight
that's drive time.
Drive, yeah.
Drive time.
So it's like you're obviously going to want to stop and sleep somewhere during that drive.
Yeah.
And
I mean, 24 hours.
Get food probably at least 5 times.
What length? You want to drive 10 hours at a time?
Yeah, no. I can drive like, I can drive like 3-4 hours without stopping at all. And then maybe it's like, I got to be like, just stretch my legs, bathroom break.
Yeah,
wake up a bit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure, you can do that. But I mean, like per day. You want to drive 10 hours in one day? Like that's possible. Like it sucks, but you can do it.
No,
I think that's comfy.
Yeah.
Enough for a road trip.
Yeah, because I mean,
10 hours in a day, and that would leave you 4 hours extra. So that would still be like 2 nights.
Because I'm thinking when I was with Nuclear, because Idaho is about 14-hour drive, straight driving back to Mesa, like where I live in Arizona. And we left we left the night of the show, like 2 hours after the show at Idaho Death Fest. So we probably left at like midnight and then got back to AZ at around 8 or 9 at night the next day. But that's also because our van broke down in New Mexico. And that delayed us like 5 hours. So we would have got home at like 5 or 6 p.m. from like leaving at around midnight that morning. So it's about like would have taken us about 15 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not bad. I mean, we had like different dudes to switch out driving.
That helps a lot for sure.
It definitely does.
If I'm the only one driving, I can only do about 10 hours in a day. And I'm like burned out.
That's probably where I'd max out, and I'd have to take a few breaks here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to stop and like stretch out and
right.
like do whatever you got to do.
For me, it even just helps just having someone else in the car. Just like someone to talk to and like keep you
for sure.
company and entertained.
That's another thing on that New Mexico trip. When we were driving back, when we decided, or when we saw those sketchy people and decided we couldn't play the show, we were gonna stay at the hotel and just play like Smash Bros. Yeah. So we had like a couple switches. We're just gonna like play Smash Bros and fuck around, drink beers, and we went to go get beers at a Walgreens. And this lady that was working at the Walgreens, like, we were looking around for beers and they didn't have any. It was kind of weird. And we were like, what the fuck is the beer? Like, this is strange. And this lady came, like, walking out from behind the shelf. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. You weren't, like, waiting for me or anything, were you? We're like, no. Like, she's like, okay, I was just outside checking for that guy who's breaking into cars recently.
No shit.
It's like, if you guys need anything, I'll be over there. It's like, cool.
Yeah. Not weird at all.
I immediately called the other band members who are still at the venue. Like, guys, we have to go. Like, tonight. We have to leave. Like, somebody knows we're a band and they've been looking at our trailer. Like, I guarantee you somebody's scoping out our trailer. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
I've never been to New Mexico and we've never played there or anything. And I'm sketched out about doing it.
I think it was mostly the area that we were in.
Like, I hear Albuquerque's kind of the worst.
Yeah. I don't know another city in New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I mean, the other ones...
drawing blanks, yeah. That's the only big one I know, at least.
Yeah. There's another one. What's the one with the college in it? I forget. This is New Mexico University.
I don't know.
Shit, I forgot. Oh, well, it's just New Mexico. Who cares?
Yeah, but because I've seen just countless things on Instagram of like bands going there and getting shit stolen or broken into. Or I remember like that band Creeping Death, like last year they were supposed to play that like Carcass and Immolation show, then like all their shit got stolen from like
their guitars got ripped off.
Yeah, that too.
They found one or two of them. Like they found one of them eventually. Like I remember that. There was like a whole story.
Yeah, I didn't follow up on it too much. I just remember hearing that they got a bunch of shit stolen like out of their trailer and van in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And they had to like cancel a few shows because of it.
I remember Phoenix having a couple problems with that recently too.
Really?
Yeah, there was a bigger band that came through. I forgot who it was. I feel dumb for not remembering. It was like a bigger band, but one of the fucking roadies in Phoenix just fucking walked off with one of their guitars. Just like they weren't gonna get caught.
One of the roadies for the band?
Yeah, like they got hired here. They just got hired.
Like just a local crew
guy.
guy.
They were just a local crew guy for the stage, and they just snatched one of the guitars and walked off like they weren't going to get fucking caught.
Like you're not going to be first suspect.
Yeah.
It's like you work with the guitars. So.
Your name is on the list for the fucking workers. Like you don't think they're going to go through every name on the list to find?
God, that's retarded.
Yeah, obviously he's smoking meth.
Yeah. Yeah, just some tweaked out Phoenix dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that reminds me of like
if I just walk fast enough, I can get away with it.
Yeah, you'll never know.
I can walk faster than the frame rate.
I remember having like a crazy dream a while ago, just like weird dreams I have. And I was like doing something like that to where I think I was either playing a show with some like huge band that I'm like a big fan of, or I was like working with them. And then I remember like in my dream, I like left the venue with his guitar, but like I got in my car and I'm like, oh shit, this dude's guitar is in here. And then like the guy comes running over to my car and he's like all mad in the dream. And I'm like, fuck man, I didn't mean to take your guitar. It's like weird shit. So funny. Out.
Yeah, man. I don't know how do you solve that problem though? You know, like
how do you... I mean, you just gotta chase the dude down.
Well, I mean, you hire better people, right?
Yeah, I mean, but
like the only people who would do this job are that
I feel like
I've worked live sound and it sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how that local crew stuff works for bands with like roadie stuff. I don't know if it's like people that work at the venue or
union or something like that.
Because I feel like sometimes I'll even see some bands to where it's just like they'll post on their social medias and be like, hey, we need a local crew for this show. Like if anyone can help us out, like send message this page to see if
don't do that in Phoenix,
which I would say don't do that in
Albuquerque. Yeah. Don't do that in New York.
Only do that basically in safe Midwest towns.
Kansas, Kansas City, maybe.
Not even. I wouldn't even say don't do in Nashville.
Nope, probably not. It's too busy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I just don't trust random people like that.
Well, Nashville's too big in the music industry. There's a lot of drugs there. Anyways.
Yeah, that's like big city-ish.
Anywhere big in the entertainment industry is gonna have a lot of drugs.
That's more the South too. That's not really Midwest.
That is.
Yeah.
Midwest, South, Mid-Southwest.
Mid-Southwest, yeah.
I don't know. They got some good chicken though.
They do.
I just had Nashville chicken before the podcast. Actually, went to this place called Twist.
I've never been to one around here.
It's called a Twist Hot Chicken. I like that one a lot. But
I'll have to check it out.
You can get like a mac and cheese, and they'll put like
nice
2 chicken tenders just right on top of a whole bunch of mac and cheese.
That's the way to do it.
Put sauce all over it. Like it's really good,
dude,
man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there's this place that opened by my house recently, and it's like a fried chicken place. And they said they had like Nashville hot in their menu, and I ordered it. I was like, this is just buffalo chicken. I was like, it was like orange
it's not
too.
Nashville.
I was like, it's not even like red. It's like
Nashville.
Yeah, I was like, this is just buffalo wing sauce on chicken.
Vinegar.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck is this?
It's Tabasco.
Yeah, I was like,
what is it called?
I forgot. It was, I don't even know. It was some place on like Guadalupe, like right on the 101.
I want to know so I can avoid it.
Yeah, I don't know. The chicken was good, but I was just like, this isn't what I thought it was.
This isn't Nashville chicken.
It's false advertising.
Yeah, there's one opening up around here called Dave's Hot Chicken. I'm still waiting for them to open
that's
up.
Like the chain place from some other state, right?
Most of them are chains here because this is Phoenix. There's not a lot of hot chicken places that are original to Phoenix. They've all come from somewhere else.
I think that's like I see like ads for that place on Instagram a bunch.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try it.
I think that's actually from like somewhere around Nashville or something.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
I've heard it's good.
Have you had Gus's fried chicken?
No, but that's a Fuck, actually, that's a place that my family got the other week. My brothers, I like came home from work and they had like leftover chicken and they were eating. I was like, "Where's that from?" Because I was like, "That looked good."
Gus's is delicious.
I was like, "I've never heard of that."
They have a bone-in chicken sandwich. So the bone is in the sandwich.
Oh shit!
And like you just like crush the sandwich and like just yank the bone out of
That's
the chicken.
That's like a very old
like
school,
yeah,
East Coast and Southern thing.
Yeah, you just pull the bone out before you take a bite.
Yeah,
and like you just like use the bun to like smash the chicken.
I know there's
like,
a shit ton of people out here who go to eat it and they just bite into it and there's a bone in this.
Yeah, like we'll take it out.
Yeah, learn how to eat it. Yeah,
just take the shit out. It's not that hard. Like yeah, your hands get messy. Oh well.
The best food, you always get messy.
Yeah, for sure. You know any good barbecue places? What's your favorite one around here?
Shit. I don't really know any. I mean, I know like chain places around here. Like Joe's and Gilbert is good.
Yeah. There's one around where are you at? Like what area?
I live right by like MCC, like 101 to 60.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like Mesa.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's one call in Scottsdale called Danky's. It's like closer to Scottsdale. Yeah, it's a standalone. It's its own thing. They have They have a pizza restaurant in the same plaza too.
I don't really think I've been to any like local small barbecue places out here.
Yeah, Danky's is really good, and they've been there for a while.
Nice.
But if you look them up, they're good. It's not Dickey's.
Yeah,
Dickey's is the chain, and they're all right. They're pretty solid if you want.
It's decent. If you want like quick, fast food barbecue,
quick lunch.
They have a drive-through. What do you expect?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Danky's is good. They're like a local, like mom and pop kind of place.
That sounds good.
They have a pizza shop that's close by too, called Lucci's Pizza.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
And then there's another place called Little Miss Barbecue. I like that one a lot. They have a couple locations here in Phoenix, but they're primarily just Phoenix.
Do they have like the pig on their logo? It's like the pig.
That's Famous Dave's, isn't it?
No, I think there's one. It's a local place, I think, where I see their truck driving around. It's like a pig like showing its ass off. It's supposed to be like some like
the Pits Again.
That might be it.
The Pits Again.
I think it has like a little like heart tattoo on the pig's ass.
I think so. I think that's Pits Again. In the Pits Again.
I used to see like a big black truck driving around with that.
Yeah,
in the back.
Yeah, I think so because I think they used to have a restaurant. And it was really good. They had really good ribs. They were like really soft.
I think it was a food truck I would see driving around.
Yeah, but the thing is like they got rid of the restaurant. COVID killed their restaurant.
Damn.
They couldn't keep it open and they went back to the food truck.
That sucks.
Because at one point they had a food truck. They got enough to get a restaurant and like COVID wiped them out. And then they went back to the food truck. And we were like me and my girlfriend were talking with the owners.
Yeah.
And just chatting with them. We found them at a farmer's market or something.
Oh,
like
nice.
I remember we ran into the food truck and we're like, where'd your restaurant go?
Right.
And they said they went back to the food truck and that they enjoyed it more.
Nice.
They had more fun with the food truck than running a restaurant. I was like, that
food truck kind of sounds.
It makes more
fun.
sense. Like it depends what you like.
It's probably easier to do.
It depends. I don't know. It's just a different beast, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different business.
It's definitely probably more action for sure.
Like
but
you might be making the same food, but the delivery is just entirely different. So it's like
crowds.
What do you like? Do you like showing up at a place and serving a bunch of people, or do you like having people come to you and it's just different kind of judgments.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a different scale. I couldn't imagine doing a food truck though.
No, it's too much, especially in Arizona.
No way.
Too hot.
That would suck.
Yeah, fuck that.
I couldn't even imagine doing food service.
No, I worked at a restaurant once, just like doing dishes and like bussing, but yeah, I couldn't like work with the food myself.
I worked at a Subway when I was in high school, and it was a nightmare, dude. It was horrible. Yeah. The owners were these two old people that were just like, I don't know, dude. They were like older than time.
Yeah,
they were just way too old to own a Subway. Right. And they were trying to manage it, so it was like, it was really bad. And they hired this manager who's like, she was probably 18 and she was like bipolar or something. She would just flip out on people.
Yeah.
It was like, Jesus Christ, dude, where am I? Like, this is insane. Like one time we were all working there and it was a busy ass day and the owners just came in unannounced. They would do this randomly. Like husband and wife, old as hell, and he didn't say shit, and she would just not stop talking and complaining about everything, and it was a nightmare. Yeah. And she would like be polite, but she would give you that stare, like
the death like, stare. Yeah,
you better do what I'm telling you.
You're doing some shit wrong.
I can easily just fire you. She would say shit like that.
Damn,
like politely just say that, and you're like, what the fuck, lady?
Yeah,
like toxic, I'm a human being. Like, what's your deal? Like, I'm trying to fucking make money.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah, we had a line out the door. Like, people were literally like, I don't know why so many people like Subway. Damn. It sucks.
Yeah, the one by my work is usually dead.
And we were all trying to make sandwiches. Like, all of us were on the line trying to make shit and like get things ready to serve all these people. And she like taps me on the shoulder and says like, hey, could you go sweep the lobby? It's pretty dirty.
Like right now? That's what's important?
Like, now?
Who gives a fuck about the dirty floor?
It's like, yeah. It's like, okay.
Damn.
You got it. And I just sweep the lobby while I'm watching everybody else just struggle.
That's insane.
It's like, fuck, man. Like, I don't want to work food anymore. Like, the customers alone are annoying.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
And it's like, I worked a dishwasher job at a sports bar.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Padre Murphy's.
Never heard of it.
43rd Avenue in Bell. It's like, for that area, it's like really popular. It's like one of the most popular sports bars, like especially on St. Patrick's Day, because it's specifically an Irish like bar.
The drinkers.
And well, like St. Patrick's Day is like their holiday. Like that bar's holiday. You know, it's like bigger than New Year's.
Oh yeah.
And man, it was fucking nuts. Doing dishwashing there was just a nightmare. The guy I was working with didn't speak English. He'd only speak Spanish.
That's how it was for me, yeah.
He was like 10 times faster than me.
Yeah.
Like struggling to keep up with this dude. I think I was 17 going on 18.
Nice.
And I was just trying so hard. Or no, I was 18. Yeah, because it was after high school. And I was trying so hard to keep up with him. And I just couldn't figure it out, dude.
Right.
He was just a magician. Like the water would just wipe away everything for him. And I was just like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Like I felt like an idiot washing dishes. But yeah, we would always like laugh at the same things, but we couldn't speak the same language.
Right.
Like somebody would do something stupid and you'd like look over and like look at him. Like we would all laugh at the same thing. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. That was an interesting job for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't miss it.
Neither do I.
I would ride my bike home in the middle of winter.
Just tired.
Wet.
Yeah, that too.
Freezing. Just cold. Just soaked all over from washing dishes. Like I remember New Year's specifically. I worked New Year's. And I was just literally soaked. Like all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
Riding my bike home in January. Like, fuck.
Right.
Fuck. Like I was too stupid to bring a change of clothes. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like if I just brought like sweatpants, my life would have been so much better. Right. Like I'm so dumb, but you know, I was a kid. I was 18.
It happens. You use the restroom real quick?
Yeah, we can take a break. Cool. Hold on. All right, we're back.
Sweet.
Kind of forgot what we were talking about, but
something about something.
It wasn't relevant. Whatever it was, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So, how long has Misanthropic been around?
Since September of 21. So just about
21.
A little over 2 years, yeah.
Still pretty young.
Yeah, it seems a lot longer than it feels like.
Have you guys been playing live shows the whole time?
Yeah, our first live show
jump into that.
It was Halloween of 21. So it was like just about a month after we started because we like put out a single. I'd say we like had our first jam probably like middle of September. And then end of September, we put out our first single. First EP was Halloween.
That's so fast, dude.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck it.
It was like nice because I had I had the first song like already written and everything.
Oh, okay.
When it was just me and Blue, our other guitarist, who was then our bass player at the time before we had Frank. And we met Xander, the drummer, and he has like all his recording stuff at his like house that we practice at. So like once we got the song good, he was like, you guys just want to record it and put it out? And we were like, sure.
Why not?
Yeah. And then we had like 3 other songs done within like the next month. Yeah. So
I mean, if you can make it sound good, why not, man?
Yeah.
Like if you can get it clean enough.
I mean, it's definitely for death metal. I'd say it's
Yeah, I was
clean.
listening to it, and
Yeah.
it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Xander
it.
is very good at the mixing and mastering and all that stuff.
Yeah, death metal's kind of weird for it because it's hard to just like look up how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a whole bunch of resources
It's
on
like so
mixing.
much going on too. And
Yeah, and the fact that there's so many different types of genres of metal.
yeah,
And it's like, but I want to mix super heavy death metal.
right.
It's like there's not a like
And even like within death metal, like you could have kind of like a grindy death metal band,
Yeah.
like a pure death metal band, or like a melodic death metal band.
Yeah.
And all three of those could have like different production sounds and like whole
there's,
different vibes.
There's
to
too many
it.
genres to just look up how
Yeah.
to do it. You almost have to like go like, how does Arsis
Right.
fucking mix
You wanna
their
see, like, how a
guitars?
specific band
yeah.
is doing that.
Like, I
that's
want to sound
similar
like
to
these
you.
guys.
Literally, yeah.
It's I don't know. It makes it hard. But
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do all that stuff because it's too smart for me for sure.
Too smart.
I'd just rather just record the track and just play it and write it
Yeah.
and then be done with it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just like sitting down and like learning it though. Just
Yeah.
like you put eyeballs on it and you do it
Right.
enough times, you eventually learn it. It's
Yeah,
like playing
it's-
guitar. It's just
it
another
is
instrument.
The same, yeah.
But
I'm
it's
just,
like if you're not interested in it, it's hard to like force yourself to
That
sit
a bit
down.
too, yeah. Like if it was a thing where if I didn't know anybody, I would probably just learn it on my own to just be able to do stuff myself.
Yeah.
But since I do know people, it's like I don't really need to, almost. But
As long as you can depend on them.
yeah,
As long as you can depend on them for whatever you need.
yeah,
like,
definitely. Having a good producing friend definitely helps.
yeah. I'm in that boat with like video. I don't
Yeah.
really care to learn video. It sucks really bad. There's like too
Right.
much to it. That's why there's a whole bunch of flickering on the fucking camera every
Yeah.
time. Like, I don't know how to fix that. I don't even know how to look that problem up.
Yeah, it's like
It's like-
it's weird when like there's like things that I'll do to where it's like there's some aspects where it's like I don't really care if I do it super well. To where it's like guitar playing, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know really any music theory or like the super smart stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of don't care to. It's like
Yeah,
'cause
I
I can
mean-
just write stuff without it. And
If you can, then sure, yeah.
Yeah.
If it sounds good, it's good.
I mean most
You know?
I'd say 80% of the guitar players I know don't know any theory really, or at least
Same.
don't use it to write. So
Yeah,
just
not-
write
not-
what sounds cool.
Not for that kind of, not for like metal,
Yeah.
or like rock or anything like that, or even
I mean, it could
blues or
definitely
country. Like, I mean, any type of like Western music, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, you just write what it sounds good to your
good
ear,
and natural, yeah.
like to your own ear, pretty much.
I mean, you could definitely have classical skills and it could help with writing cool
Yeah, sure.
metal stuff, but
I mean, fucking Opeth.
yeah.
Opeth has all the classical
and-
training in the world, dude.
Right.
Like, those guys are fucking like they're trained to the
Ingve
gills.
or like later Gorgut stuff. That's very
Yeah.
classical, almost just put onto distorted instruments. So yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be cool.
pretty much. Yeah, there's like classical training in bands for sure, but then like there's bands that just fuck around, like
Yeah.
and just learn their instrument for the band.
I don't really think Slayer has too much classical training, or
Probably not.
yeah,
I'd
or
be surprised.
band like the Misfits or something,
like
or-
Megadeth,
right?
they didn't. They
Yeah.
definitely didn't.
Yeah, but even them still have some complicated stuff. So
Yeah,
you can write cool stuff without it. It's just what sounds good.
yeah, for sure. I've always liked hearing like classical influences though.
Yeah. That's like I'd say Gorguts, they're like my favorite death metal band. And it's a lot of their riffs to me kind of sound like almost like violin pieces, to where it's that very
Yeah.
stringy kind of like weird chuggy kind of rhythm, just like transcribed onto guitar almost. Like it's very kind of classically written almost in a sense. Like that stuff is cool. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to them more.
Yeah.
I haven't really got into them a lot.
Yeah,
But-
it's they got some good stuff for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of behind on music. I'm really picky. I just listen to like the same fucking shit that sounds good.
Yeah.
You know? I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, cuz I have like all my favorite bands that I kind of really only listen to like on a like repeat, but then
Yeah.
there's stuff that I like check out and listen to see if I like it, but there's just really not like a whole lot of bands that like catch my ear enough to where it's like I want to listen to this every day. There's like a lot of bands I like, but I might only listen to them every few weeks, or
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for something to like catch my ear to be like this is a favorite of mine.
Yeah, I used to listen to Black Dahlia like religiously, dude. I used to listen to them all
I like
the time.
them a lot, yeah.
they're just like, I don't know, they're so unique. There's like no other band that like is as melodic.
They got their
like,
own sound for
sure. It's I don't know, it's really cool. But I got into them like, I don't know, when I was in like high school, pretty much like the end of high school, and then like I listened to them like religiously,
right,
for like a couple years. But then I don't know, I got into like EDM and stuff. I've been listening to a lot of like different EDM.
That's cool too.
And like the harder stuff, pretty much. Like sounds like fucking metal, anyways.
Right.
Like
an assault on your ears.
Yeah, fucking hardcore, like raw style kind of shit.
Black Dahlia live is really good. I saw them twice.
I've seen them a couple times live, and fuck, man, like they put on the like one of the just hardest shows, just musically. Yeah. Like how it sounds. Like you close your eyes and it would be the fucking coolest show you've ever heard.
Right.
You know, like
the recording.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't loose
it's
or
so
sloppy.
Fucking dope. Even if it doesn't sound like the recording, it still like sounds good. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, I only saw them once with Trevor, and then I saw them last time when like they had the guitar player doing vocals for him.
Okay.
And it still sounded good.
Well, that's how it is now.
Yeah.
That's just how it is forever now.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. I've heard some people say they might get someone better to do vocals, but
maybe. I'm not sure. I don't really follow the whole story.
Yeah, but, I just see what I see on Instagram, and
yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I see stories that pop up in my feed, but I don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of metal stories though.
Right.
A lot of shit
most
about
of my Instagram feed.
Whoever's whining the most.
Yeah.
Like fucking Ronnie Radke usually.
I see a lot of the loudest opinion.
I see way too many stories about that dude, and I just do not give a fuck. But that's okay. I guess he's popular amongst a lot of people.
Yeah, that's Black Veil, right?
I don't know, dude. Couldn't tell you.
It's one of those bands.
I think it's Falling in Reverse. It's Falling in Reverse.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's one of those.
It's one of those bands.
Emo something bands.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I respect him for his ability to just say like, "Fuck you, I have my opinions."
Right.
Like, you know, these are my opinions, and like go fuck yourself, and like that kind of attitude is like, okay.
I think what I think, and like, if you don't like it, go away.
Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I wish more people could say that.
Yeah.
You know, some people will just put on a fake ass mask and just tell you what you want to hear, and then turn around and do something else.
Yeah.
Like with that guy, you know what you're getting. At least there's that. Like
there's at least some like genuineness.
Yeah, there's
honesty.
Well, it's 100% genuine, dude.
Yeah.
He is who he is. Like,
I may not like your music, but you're a real dude at least.
He's very real. Like I don't even like him as a dude, but he is who he is. Like at least I know who he is. Yeah. Like
he knows a secret. Who he is.
He's not a snake in the bush. That's for sure.
That's definitely respectable.
Wow. So, you have any plans for the band?
Really, I would just like to get our full length out, and then I would like us to get signed to a decent label that's somewhat good. I mean, we got followed by, like, Maggot Stomp has been following us and, like, seeing some of our stuff here and there. So I'm kind of hoping, like, next kind of, like, run of bands they sign on, they hit us up. Because they just signed a few months ago, like Nuclear Remains from out here. And then Regurgitated Entrails is a San Diego band that I'm friends with. They're like our age too, like young dudes. So it seems like they're kind of trying to get more younger, newer bands that are kind of up and coming. So that would be cool. Because I mean, Maggot Stomp is definitely one of the better labels to come out in the past few years.
Maggot Stomp?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
It's they have like, I don't know if you've heard of like Sanguisuga Bog or like Frozen Soul.
No.
It's like kind of like the newer, like trending death metal bands, people would call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got them, and like, because those two bands, they're on like Century Media now. So it kind of seems like there's like a bit of a trend with like bands getting big on Maggot Stomp, and then like Century Media kind of poaches them from them and then gets them even bigger. So
I wonder how Maggot Stomp feels about that.
Probably not great, but what are they going to do about it?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so I mean, not saying we're going to end up on Century at all, but that it's kind of a cool starting point at least to try and at least get with Maggot Stomp.
Should lean into that. Lean into the milestone kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah, I would like to, because I mean,
like they should be sending them on their way. Like get bigger than us on purpose.
Yeah.
Like like.
I mean,
and then
honestly,
maybe the bands will like mention them later. Like,
yeah, because I remember
we all started at fucking Maggot Stomp.
Yeah, Nuclear and Regurgitated. They had a show at the Nile like back in January.
Yeah,
and the dude from Maggot Stomp, Scott, that's the owner's name. He came out and I met him, and he's a cool dude. So maybe he is cool with it. I don't know.
Maybe he is like shoveling them off to like bigger.
Yeah, because I really
and better
he seems like
labels
kind of
or
just like a
things.
homie dude. Just wants to support people and help
That's
them
cool.
get big. So
It's good, man.
yeah, that'd be cool to get on something like.
What's
that.
his name?
Scott. It's the label's Maggot Stomp. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I can get him on the podcast, dude. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
definitely hit him up.
I'd love to. And you said he's local, right?
Or no, he lives in right around San Diego, I think.
San Diego.
But he comes out here occasionally. Like he's been out here
I'll
for
hit
a
him
few
up.
shows.
Maybe he'll come out to do an episode.
Yeah, and I know I think he has some friends or family out here because I've seen him just like kind of stopping out here to visit before on like Instagram. So.
Well, yeah, half the people from California moved here, so.
Right, yeah. Most people from Cali, anyways, that I know have friends or family here, anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like they're here all the time.
Because it's way easier to live here.
Right. Yeah.
And you can have guns.
Yeah. It's half the price, and you can have guns.
Yeah, it's
Screw
really
Cali.
cool.
I love visiting, but I don't want to live there.
No, that would suck.
Yeah.
I don't have property there. Unless you have property there, you're kind of fucked. You can't just move to California.
Unless you're rich.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore, dude.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of the gold rush now.
Right.
Yeah, it's like what do you call it, the gold flea?
Yeah, there's no money left.
Yeah, everybody's leaving the Golden State.
Yeah, that's funny to me.
Yeah, man. Well, I hope you get that label. Like, what does that entail, though? Like, what do you have to do to get signed on to Maggot Stomp?
So I mean, I don't really know at all, but because Maggots, I think Nuclear, it kind of started. I remember I was hanging out with them, and I think I saw something to where like he just hit them up and was like, "Hey, sick demo, sick stuff," and then I don't know how it went from there or like contracts work.
Yeah.
But
Who does like the talking for your band? Like, is it you?
I'd say generally I run the social media and most of the stuff, just because like our drummer's got like 4 other projects he does, and then like our bass player Frank, he's on like 2 other bands, and our guitarist has got his own stuff he's got going on. So I'm like the one who's kind of just like the most mentally invested.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like running everything.
No, that makes sense. I mean, it helps have like a linchpin, like the single person who's
pretty
like,
much any band has the one dude who's not in charge, but at least
has
making sure everything's
the
good
focus, like
together,
an idea of what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe just like hit them up, just get on their radar or something.
Yeah.
Send them a message or something.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I might have emailed the label's email, like our demo when it first came out, like 2 years ago. But I don't remember hearing anything back. But I could just hit them up on Instagram or something.
Yeah, send them the
What's
next
up,
recording
man?
you got or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking about just sending him like unreleased demos for like the new album. Just be like, these are some new songs we got. We want to do an album. Because usually a label is going to be much more inclined if you already have something ready to do.
And if you tell Maggot Stomp, like they're in your sights, like we want to get signed to you,
right?
Specifically, like you are the one we want to. He might see that and be like, God damn,
yeah,
these guys actually want it. Like they want to try, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea. Once we start getting that stuff done,
just gotta talk, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
just hit people up. It's like. It's kind of what I do for this thing. I just cold message people, see if they respond.
You just got to be outgoing.
For sure. That's kind of a problem that I had before. Just like trying to reach out to people to like further
it can be tough,
project along. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm really like super shy, but I definitely more keep to myself and kind of do my own thing. So it's
introverted.
Like, so it can be a little tough to be super outgoing sometimes.
Yeah,
but
I know how that feels. Like I'm always just focused on my own world. Like what do I have to do next?
Doing your thing.
What am I doing? Like what's next for me? You know, like all this shit. And it's like everyone else is just like another variable in the shuffle of shit I need to do. And it's like no,
totally get it.
Like it's not true though. Like I gotta like remember like there's other people in the world. Like,
it's like I'm not the only one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, gotta fucking break out of that all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, as like doing a one-man show though, like I'm doing all this by myself. So it's like,
right.
Fuck, man, I need more people. I need to build a team up.
Having a crew or a team definitely helps. Just to split up the work. And
yeah. I've recently been talking to other people to try to like get a video guy,
right,
who can like maybe make some reels for me, figure out this flickering problem and shit. And I mean, I brought Kevin on to do that segment, Kevin and Spencer show. Yeah, he's a longtime friend, but so he might help me out with like content or production quality or something like that. Maybe when I get an actual studio,
just have someone behind the computer.
Yeah, something like that. He'll be like the producer almost.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, I'm actually gonna have the guy I'm talking with for video production. He's gonna be on the next episode. I think he's gonna be episode 41.
That's it.
So we'll see. But
yeah, I mean, different people are better at different things, so it's good having that team.
He said he's not super into video, but he's dabbled in it a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, I'm no better.
Experience is better than no experience.
I'm no better. It's like,
right.
you want to learn together? Sure, let's figure this out. Like, let's do the video. But
totally.
Oh man, that's the next thing. I got to make these little reels, little highlights,
all the social media shit.
Yeah, I just want to make like 3 per episode.
Yeah.
See if it takes off.
Yeah, I see that with a lot of other like podcasts on social media.
Yeah.
People have short attention spans. They like to be able to see a clip and just something funny quick.
I roll through reels all the time, and I literally like hope to see like my favorite one. Sometimes I'm like hoping like, oh, do I get to see more
something
of
funny in here,
fucking Bobby Lee?
Yeah,
or something like Bobby Lee's hilarious. Like Andrew Santino, like both of us do the Bad Friends podcast.
Some
like
good stuff.
I look for those reels. Like Shane Gillis. Like show me more Shane Gillis, dude. Shane Gillis has some shit to say. Like he's funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, no, my algorithm feeds me a lot of comedians.
Yeah, mine just like comedians, like metal videos, and then like spiders and reptile stuff.
Oh, you get spiders and reptiles?
Yeah, because just like different animal stuff. Because I'm just like a nerd for that.
It gave me that for a little bit. For a little bit, it was feeding me animal stuff, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, I like them too, so it keeps feeding them to me.
Do you have any?
I have a dog, and then my older brother who lives with me has 2 tarantulas.
Oh, and
then then me and my other 2 brothers, we have like a rough green snake, which is like a small little skinny like green snake that eats crickets. Yeah. It's like 3 inches long, or like 2 feet, not 3 inches. And we also have a little tree frog that lives with it, because like you can keep them communal. Like you can also get like a.
Do they interact, or do they just kind of like sit in the same tank?
They just hang out in the same tank. Yeah, they don't really. You don't really see them like mess with each other.
They probably don't even speak the same language at all, huh?
No. And I mean, the frog is like it's like 10 times the like girth of the snake's body, so you can't eat the frog.
Do you think the frog is still like nervous, like instinctually? Do you think he's like looking at the snake like?
I don't know.
Like it's a fucking snake.
Because I think they kind of like coexist naturally in like the rainforest and stuff together, and they're fine. Yeah, because that
snakes eat the frogs.
We feed that snake crickets though, because it's it's like 2 feet long.
So
and
if you put little baby frogs in the tank, do you think it would eat the little baby frogs?
If it was small enough, maybe. Yeah, because like
it would totally eat them, dude.
The thing's head is like the size of my index finger.
It would totally eat baby frogs, man.
Yeah. But no, it's funny. It's like so tiny, and it's just like it almost looks like a little like snake toy you just have sitting in there.
It's like a pencil.
Right? It's like smaller than a garter snake that you'll see out here.
I went to somebody's house, and they handed me like this little like white and yellow snake.
Yeah.
It was like a little white and yellow snake that was like that. It was like no bigger than my finger.
Right.
You know? And it was just like crawling in between my fingers. It was like messing around.
They feel cool.
Yeah. I put it into a pot of fake flowers, and like they got mad at me.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Frank from our band, our bass player. He used to play with like Intent. He plays with Scattered Guts right now.
No.
Yeah, he's got like a bunch of a bunch of geckos and like snakes and like that stuff. He's got like a little like baby emperor that like he like let like crawl over my hand. It feels like a little robot going on you.
Nice.
He has like a huge, big like it's called like an Indian tree spider tarantula. Jeez. And it's like people call them Pokemons because they have like a red, white, and black like binding on the bottom of their legs.
Oh, nice.
And it's like it's not dangerous, but it's medically significant venomous.
Do they like eat birds and shit?
No, it's not that big. It's only about like 5 to 6 inches leg span. Mm-hmm. So like it's about like that big with its legs out, but it could definitely. He has a friend who has one, and it bit his hand when he was like trying to like do something in his hand in his cage ones because they're very defensive and like skittish. Those ones. Yeah, sure. And right when it sunk the fangs in, he said like his fist just immediately locked up and like he couldn't move his whole entire arm.
Yeah, just that neurotoxin just fucks up your nerves. It
just like paralyzed his whole arm and it was just like tensed up.
Have you seen that dude who like intentionally gets bug bites and shit?
The coyote dude?
Yeah, coyote.
Like the cowboy hat? Yeah.
I forgot his name, Coyote Peterson or something like that.
That dude's sick.
Yeah, he I don't know if that's his real name.
Probably not.
I want to look it up. I don't want to get it wrong because that guy deserves some fucking birth. Respect. Yeah. No, I mean nobody's named Snoop Dogg at birth either.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just gonna look up bug bite
his
guy.
YouTube name though.
Bug bite guy. See.
Yeah, I've seen one where he had like the tarantula.
It is Coyote Peterson, dude. I was right.
That can't be his real name.
It's a Coyote. Well, no.
Yeah.
No, it's not his real name. Like Axl Rose isn't fucking his real name either.
That's not
like
his legal name.
Probably not.
Right. Oh, someone was telling me what his real name was the other day, and it's real. Know. It's something real like goofy sounding. Like it's very like it's almost like formal British sounding.
Like Robert Blankenship or some dumb like
something fun. It kind of sounds like that. I feel like, but yeah, it's a goofy name.
Yeah, everybody who gets famous changes their name to something that sounds better. You think her name is her name really Taylor Swift? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
I don't think her name is Swift. I think her name is something else.
I could like see that being a last name though. It's a bit weird, but
what's Taylor Swift's
it's
real
not like
name?
Axl Rose.
It's pretty close, dude.
Yeah,
it's pretty close.
I mean, Taylor's pretty normal, but
Taylor Swift. Real name. Taylor Allison Swift. Is it Taylor Allison? There's no way.
Huh?
Taylor Swift, real name. Let's see. Oh, I'm wrong. That's her real name.
Oh, what's Rob Zombie's real name is Robert Cummings.
Robert Cummings?
Robert Cummings.
That wouldn't work in metal.
No. That sounds like an accountant or like a professor or something.
Yeah. At best.
Yeah. It's not some like shock horror hillbilly metal dude.
Yeah. Rob Zombie. Yeah.
Rob Zombie has a much better ring.
Yeah. Nobody has the last name Zombie.
No. That'd be cool.
Maybe if they changed it. Could you change your last name to Zombie and then your child would be named Zombie?
That'd be sick. Mr. Zombie?
Yeah. Mr. Zombie.
If only.
You mean elementary school teacher, Mr. Zombie?
Yeah.
Mr. Murder. It's like change your name to something like Murderface.
Yeah. Just something super crazy.
That was his real name in the show, though, in Death Clock, wasn't it? William Murderface. Yeah, that was his real name, dude.
Probably, yeah. Dude, I haven't seen that show since I was like 11 or 12, probably.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it.
I don't really even remember an episode.
Talk about Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse, you uncultured swine.
Yeah.
Go watch that
Aren't
show.
they doing like a Death Clock tour soon?
I think they came through recently. I think Death Clock came through recently.
Yeah. That would be cool to see him. Yeah.
My buddy went to go see them though.
Oh, nice.
But I saw it on Facebook. He posted about it and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That would have been cool to see that shit.
It would have been.
I heard they still put on a crazy fucking show.
Yeah, they're very good.
It's all theatrical.
Musicians. So yeah.
Super dramatic, theatrical, intense.
Because I think they have a good lineup too. It's all real good dudes playing.
I wouldn't really know the names too much.
I know they have that dude, Gene Hoglan, doing drums. The guy
That
from
sounds
like
familiar.
Testament and Death and Dark Angel. Yeah, it's been like a million bands, like most drummers. But
well, I mean, if Death Clock is gonna hire anybody to go on tour with them, they're gonna get people who've done it
Someone
a long
seasoned,
fucking time.
Yeah,
Somebody who's
definitely.
played in 400,000 tours.
I just wish they would get Corpse Grinder to do vocals for them.
That'd be cool.
'Cause he looks like
He looks like Nathan Explosion, dude.
It's
He
who they
could pull
based
it
him
off.
off of.
Oh, really?
I think it is. I might be wrong, but
Yeah, I thought it was like Peter Steele or something.
I think it might have been a mix.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of got like the Corpse Grinder, like the build.
Yeah.
But he's got like the Pete kind of hair in the face.
Yeah, the chiseled jaw.
Yeah.
Like
Hell yeah.
dude, I love those Peter Steele interviews.
Yeah.
I watch those sometimes. They're so funny.
He's
Like,
hilarious.
just
Just extremely sarcastic and just like
it's
never
like, well,
serious.
you want to look good on stage.
Yeah.
You're going to go on stage and entertain people every day? You
Right.
Look like a fucking slob?
Yeah. He's like talking shit about people being chubby on stage, like older bands.
But then you look at like fucking, I don't know, Trevor pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah.
The heartburn tattoo across his stomach.
Hey,
like-
Crowbar, dude.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
big dude bands.
It works sometimes.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like I remember Pete saying like he would for his shows he would like because he would get so nervous he said he would drink like a bottle of red wine before a show and then like he'd chug one throughout the set and then drink one after the set. Like, geez, like how?
I've seen it done.
The dude was like
I've seen it done.
he was like what 6'8" and like
Yeah.
250 pounds probably. So, I mean he's a big dude, but
Yeah, my brother is about as wide as I am, but he's like 6'4".
oh
And he used to do this
has a
stupid
metabolism.
Yeah, pretty much. But he used to do this stupid shit with his friends. Like he had a private YouTube channel that it's not public, so you can't look it up.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. It was hilarious, but he would make videos of him chugging stuff like beers and like. But one time he took like a Harkins cup, like one of those big ass plastic cups,
Oh damn.
and he dumped a whole bottle of wine into it, filled it up, and just chugged it out of the cup.
That's insane.
Like just chugged the whole bottle out of one cup. And like that, I don't know. He just always, that was his thing. Like during the
Yeah.
video, he would chug the whole thing of whatever he was doing.
Yeah, there's people that just
And,
have crazy alcohol tolerance too.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Like he's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's
But
wild.
He still drinks a bit,
Yeah.
and it's kind of crazy. Like I kind of worries me. He's older than me, so
Damn. Yeah.
it's not gonna get easier.
Definitely got to watch it, especially the
Yeah.
older you get.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully he switches to like mushrooms soon or
Right.
something.
Weed or something.
Something that grows out of the ground.
Yeah, a joint is much easier on you, especially the next morning.
Yeah, I'll smoke 4 of those motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning feeling like a baby.
I like blunts. That's my way to
Yeah.
go. I like the tobacco. I don't know why.
I think I'm a bong guy.
I like the nicotine buzz.
Yeah.
I've never smoked cigarettes though. Not one. But cigars, I fucking love cigars, dude.
Yeah, cigar once in a
They're
while.
so good. I don't know what it is. man.
Celebratory cigar.
Like a good like Drew Estate Undercrown.
Yeah.
Those are good. I like Cohibas. I don't know, man. I got really into cigars in the Navy,
Right.
but yeah, I was just the only dude out at the smoke pit smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I know some dudes that just like smoke cigars just like all the time, like every day.
I wish I
I'm
could.
like-
Like if I had the money, I would.
I'm like, yeah, it seems like an expensive hobby to
Yeah.
keep up with, but
Because I've tried like, like the cigars where you get them for like $2 or $3 a piece. If you buy
Like the
big
small
old
ones,
well,
or-
you can buy a brick of like house rolled cigars.
Huh.
That are like decent quality tobacco, but they're not like fucking Cohiba, like the fucking top tier brands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you can get a brick of handmade cigars and they come out to about $2 a piece. So you get a brick of 20 of them, you can get it for like 40 or $50,
Yeah.
but they just don't taste as good. Like,
Right.
They're not the same. Like, I'm not that in love with tobacco.
Yeah.
I like the top quality tobacco.
You just want
like
good shit. Yeah.
I don't want fucking QT coffee.
Yeah.
I'm going and getting the top tier fucking like
Right.
macchiato from the Italian restaurant. Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like that's delicious. So I don't know. I'm like a cigar snob, I guess. But I don't have enough money to smoke
If you're
how
gonna
I
do
want.
it, do it right.
Yeah.
So.
Eventually I have a studio with like ventilation.
Oh, nice.
And we
Yeah.
could just smoke cigars in the studio. That'd be
right.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Yes, nice cigars I feel like are like 20 to 30 a piece.
I would say this started about 10.
Okay, yeah.
$10.
That's probably like
get a
really
good cigar
nice
for like
ones,
$10. 20 or 30 a piece. That depends on your location.
Because I know you can get some expensive cigars.
You can definitely get a cigar for $30.
Yeah.
And it'll be good. I don't know the difference between
probably
that
not
one
much
and like a
better than
10
the-
or a $12 one. It's gonna taste the same to me at that point,
Right.
You know, but you know, at about $10, that's where the like it starts to taste really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like rich tobacco. Anything before that, I feel like it's usually like it just tastes dry, like bitter. I don't know. I'm just not that in love with it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a huge cigar guy, but I think I know what you mean. Because I've had like shitty, cheap cigars to where it's like, it's just kind of tastes like dirt almost.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know. There's cigars that taste like dirt that are fucking delicious, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like a mouthful of rich dirt. I don't know how to describe it, but it tastes so good.
It's all like the smoothness, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Like cheap cigars, like they're kind of like harsh, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's
definitely that, how it hits you.
It's like how they dry it almost.
Yeah.
Like, are they drying it the right way? I don't know. There's a lot of steps involved in making a cigar.
Don't just cut it and smoke it.
Yeah. I follow some cigar pages. They show like the process and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, it seems like a very intricate process.
It's like making whiskey.
Yeah.
I've been trying to make whiskey recently.
That seems tough.
It's not really. It just takes a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually super easy. It's way more easy than they want you to know. Because it's really illegal.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not actually making whiskey.
Mm.
Just for the record, I'm not making whiskey. But it's
right.
it's really easy, dude.
Sure, yeah.
We're using a bunch of corn, or we would use a bunch of corn if we were doing it.
Would it just be more like making moonshine, kind of just like a few different ingredients?
Well, I mean, moonshine is just unaged whiskey. It's
okay.
Unaged liquor is what it is.
There you go.
Moonshine is just like right out of the still, and it's illegal, and it's like selling it under the table. That's like what moonshine is.
Right.
You know, it's like you're making alcohol by night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where the cops aren't out patrolling.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like moonshine. It's like it's made under the table. That's what it's supposed to be.
Illegal alcohol. Right?
Anything that has the label on it in the store that says moonshine, it just means it never went into a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
It's not actual moonshine.
No.
Yeah.
It just went from the still to a jar, and then they flavor it usually with like apple pie flavoring or whatever.
Yeah, I always see them with like the cherries and shit.
Yeah.
And all that.
But we had one that was like corn. Most of it was corn, and it tasted like fucking like a corn tortilla.
Okay.
Like you were eating a corn tortilla. Like when you sipped it, it was like just like a mouthful of corn. You're just like, holy shit.
Sounds good.
This is fucking gold.
Yeah.
Like this is delicious, dude. It's like it tasted better than any of the moonshine you'd buy on a shelf. You know what I mean? It was just delicious.
Right.
But I don't know. We're gonna try to figure out how to do that more, you know, like more consistently.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun just figuring it out and doing all the science behind it.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do.
Yeah, we're gonna I want to try to get some of the guys in the podcast involved, like people who have been on.
Right.
Just like invite them over for a run.
Yeah.
Just to hang out, smoke some cigars.
Yeah, totally.
Fucking maybe plan some shit.
That'd be cool.
But I want to make more events with this podcast. Like try to make more...
Set stuff up around it.
Yeah, more stuff that's like set up and organized. Like do you know... the guys who put Sad Dad Summerfest on?
I know the fest. I don't think I know the guys.
It's like the Amaya boys and...
I know like Dakota from Amaya.
And then there's a couple other dudes who put it on. I know Tristan Rainey. He's one of the guys involved with the production of it. Fucking, I feel so bad. I forgot the band he's in. I gotta look it up because I don't want to just leave it on a note like that. Like I gotta look up. Yeah, I have to. But Tristan Rainey hit me up to maybe do like a live recording event at the at this show next year.
Oh, nice.
So at Sad Dad Summerfest, we'll set up a booth or something and try to
Yeah, that'd be cool.
try to get something going. Apex Alpha. That's the band.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, Tristan from Apex Alpha.
Nice.
But at the next Sad Dad, he wanted to set up a booth and try to get like, you know, people rolling in and do like live interviews of people walking in the door and like the bands setting up and stuff like that. And next year, that's a short timeline because I don't really have a lot of equipment.
Right.
I'm gonna need some video equipment for that one.
Yes.
Some gimbals,
stuff.
at least some gimbals.
Right.
A gimbal I can put my smartphone into. That would be at least I could get video that way.
Yeah, true.
Like,
I mean, smartphones nowadays, decent enough camera.
The video is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's better than these fucking
Depending
cameras,
on the phone
dude.
you have,
Yeah. The video on this podcast would be way better if I just had 2 Samsungs.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy how good the phone
But I mean, they're
cameras
like $1,000, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like they're cheap.
Right.
The camera's good and you
It's
pay
not
for
easy
it.
to get. Yeah.
Yeah. These webcams are like $60. That's probably why they flicker
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
that's not bad.
No. They have 4K versions. I was considering buying them,
Yeah.
but then this whole flickering thing started, and I'm kind of
maybe go with a different brand.
maybe go with a different process entirely.
Yeah.
Like I'm plugging these in through USB hub, like to my laptop.
Yeah, it could be that.
It's the data transfers. There's something weird with it. I don't know what it is, but
Something in the middle there.
yeah, I need to have something that's made for recording video.
Yeah, definitely.
These webcams are made for just streaming to fucking Zoom.
Right.
I don't know.
Doing a video call with the friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're not broadcast cameras.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Broadcast cameras start at like $1,000. So
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know. Is there like a $200 option? Like,
right?
like,
Yeah, 1,000 seems very steep.
yeah, that doesn't seem right. But I don't know, man. Is there a cheaper way? I'm not good at video, so
Yeah,
got to do a bunch of research.
I wish I knew a cheaper way. I mean, yeah, using a phone if you have one just seems like the best, but if you want to do the separate thing, it's kind of hard with the 2 angles.
Yeah, for sure. I've been considering maybe just doing one angle. If I get a good enough camera and I can focus it on 2 people like well enough.
A wide enough frame.
Yeah, and then I can just crop the frame from there.
Yeah, that's true.
Just kind of zoom in on each person in one frame. If it's
Right.
high enough quality, cropping it won't matter.
Yeah.
But right now I'm using 2 1080p cameras, and I have to like zoom in.
Right.
So it kind of like fucks up the pixels.
It's
And then I'm
troubleshooting.
doing both on one frame, so it fucks it up even more.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not 1080. I don't really care though. It's more about the audio quality.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like what I was saying. As long as you can hear everything well.
Yeah, most
it's
people
like-
are listening to this on their way to work.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It's like all that's happening in the video is just 2 people sitting there.
Yeah.
It's not like you're missing much if you can't see it that well.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, check out screen number 1.
Yeah.
We've got
You missed what he did over here.
Check out this video of this bombing on Gaza. Like, no,
Yeah,
it's-
we're not like
it's
showing
nothing
clips
that,
and stuff.
It's nothing that crazy.
Right.
Like, and one day maybe I can get
Yeah.
this huge TV over here to
Right.
like actually show some shit, and then I can like screen share it. It'll like pop up in the bottom, like right here, you know.
Yeah.
Pop up in the bottom of the screen and like see what we're looking at. I don't know. That'd be cool.
It'd be nice to just be able to start something and already be an expert at it. And just already be able to do it perfectly.
No, AI is gonna help.
Anything you start, it's just like there's always like a rocky period for a few months.
I feel like AI is gonna take that away.
Yeah.
One day it's gonna
No
be
more
like
human error.
yeah, I can just tell my AI. So like, hey, before we start recording, I want this to look just like Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
I want
just
it to
say
video
that. and
video
everything will be
switch
done.
just like he does.
Right.
You know, and it'll be like, oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
You got it.
If only.
And it'll like wink at me.
Right.
You know?
Give me some thumbs up.
It'll be like some human bullshit it got
Yeah.
programmed to say.
That's funny.
Like that'd be perfect. I'd be totally happy with that.
Yeah.
I heard
it makes things easier.
Yeah. I heard there's some AI software that'll do it in post, like the video switching.
Oh shit.
I'm probably gonna look into that.
Yeah.
Just to see like if I can use it. I don't know. It might not work. Maybe I'll just leave it the same where it's like just two faces on one screen.
Right.
That might be more valuable.
So it's like you can do it to where it like gets the video and it will put the camera on like whoever's talking.
Yeah. I think the way it works is you have two camera feeds.
Yeah.
And instead of recording it into the same frame like I'm doing it now, it would record it like, record both cameras. So it would have two video timelines. And then depending on where the audio is coming from, so you'd have to have two different audio like inputs as well.
Okay.
Right now I only have one. I'm running this board straight to the program. So it's only getting one audio feed. So it would have to be a different device that takes 1 and 2 audio. Like I would have to get in like my audio and your audio on a track. So
Separately.
2 separate tracks.
Yeah.
And then it would go by the audio. Whoever is making noise would get that camera, but it would have like little gates and stipulations and requirements onto like how long before the other person starts talking does it change, or like if a person makes a reaction.
So it's like if you were talking and I said like it wouldn't like switch to me.
Yeah, like
hopefully.
switch you and then switch back right away.
Yeah,
like
it
some
would just
weird
stay on
awkward.
you.
Yeah, stuff like that. And like there's got to be some sort of AI programming in there.
I'm sure,
because there's videos of people where they have their whole post-production set up and they go watch. They click a button and the plugin literally will like separate the video. Like you can see it cutting the video like go down the line and cut all the video according to how the audio is.
Huh.
And I'm wondering like how good is it? Like
right.
I haven't
how clean
done
is it? Yeah.
Like I haven't done enough research, but I'm assuming it probably costs like $400.
It's probably a bit pricey, yeah.
For a program.
Yeah, AI program.
For a couple hundred lines of code.
Right.
Stupid.
Yeah. It's a cash grab.
Yeah, if it works.
Yeah.
I want to...
Definitely seems easier than like sitting there and like separating the parts yourself.
It would save me hours, dude.
Yeah, literal hours, yeah.
I don't do it now because I don't want to spend the hours.
It seems like it would take forever.
I know how much it would take. That's why I don't do it. Like I just do one frame, both cameras, like same frame. Like I don't have to touch the video really.
Yeah, that's all I would do.
I just slap my intro on the front, and a little logo at the back for the outro.
Yeah,
and that's it. Like
keep it simple.
Yeah, if it takes too much work, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not fun anymore. Then.
Yeah, it's got to be fun.
Right, I get that.
Sitting here talking with people is cool though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get to hear a lot of stories I don't normally hear. Just from fucking. If I wasn't doing a podcast, I probably wouldn't have just invited you over to talk. Yeah. You'd have been like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, I don't
right.
Like, what the fuck? Why would I come over to your house?
No, yeah.
It's like I have a podcast, so like I can be like, "Oh, come talk about your music
hang
and
out,
shit."
Yeah,
and like,
it's
people
cool.
will,
I like it.
and like, I don't know. It's been pretty fun. I've met a lot of cool people this way.
It's a good way to get to know people for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I started when I was going to audio school.
Oh, nice.
So I was recording some of these episodes like in the studio at the school.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But I was just inviting people over to the school, like, "Hey, I'm going to an audio school. You want to come do a podcast in the studio and check out the school?
Hang out here."
Like, yeah, cool.
That's pretty cool.
One of them was a dude named Keith Obit.
Mm-hmm.
And Keith has a podcast called The Bogcast.
Oh, okay.
And he recently did like a pilot of a series that he's trying to get like, funding for.
Yeah.
And it's called The Sound Guy, but it's literally about a live sound guy in the metal scene in Phoenix, Arizona. Like it's literally about that.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'll watch
cool.
it.
I haven't seen it yet. Like I've been wanting to go like catch it at a film festival or something, but like life's been so crazy, and I kind of like lost track of it a little bit. But like I'm hoping that comes out and like I get to see it.
Yeah, that'd
maybe
be
I'll just hit him up for another episode. See if he'll share some with me.
Just come on, send it to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool though.
Something like that. Sounds cool.
So, are you just working with Misanthropic, or do you have other projects you're working with?
I've like have some stuff that I'll like do here and there. It's where like I'd like to do this solo project or whatever, but I only do the Misanthropic stuff right now.
Yeah.
Like I'll sit around at home and mess around and like sometimes write riffs that'll be like, I want to use this for a solo project, but then I'll like just end up using it for like Misanthropic stuff.
What do you used to write? Like Reaper?
Oh, I just record shit on voice memos on my phone.
Really?
Or just if
you don't have a program or anything?
No.
Come on,
if I
Reaper's
think I'm gonna
free,
forget
dude.
Yeah, dude, I don't even have my own laptop.
Pick up Reaper, pick up an audio interface. Like, come on.
I've been slacking, yeah. Because
you got to get at the basic level at least.
Like, I think I'm gonna forget the riff, I just like pull out my camera.
I mean, that's
and I just record it.
Yeah, that's just sketching. That's like a sketchbook.
Yeah,
you know, it's
whatever. Like, I mean, if we have like a song written or something, then we'll usually record a demo at Xander's.
You'll go somewhere else.
Just so we can have a professional recording to listen to. But when I'm just writing shit,
damn, you're really surrendering all of that shit to somebody else, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Fuck, dude,
just takes it all and runs off and releases it.
Oh man.
No. But no,
you should download Reaper and like at least look around at it. Like,
yeah, I've thought about it. I'm just so like technologically dumb. I say it's just like to get a computer, then have to do all that stuff. Like it's easy on my phone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like my muscle memory is weird to where like
you don't need a really good computer to run Reaper for
just
audio.
a laptop.
Yeah, you could just get a simple laptop and to run Reaper. Just for some audio files,
probably
just to get guitar tracks down.
Right.
It'd be pretty easy.
But, yeah, because it's like I forget riffs all the time, but like once I write something and like if I record it, it's like cool. Like my brain doesn't forget it somehow. It's really weird. Like I can learn a song from a band I love and learn the whole song in a day. Then the next day I'm like forgetting half the riffs. But
yeah, dude.
When I come up with something, it just kind of sits in my head. So.
Yeah, it depends. Weird. It is weird. Creativity is strange.
Yeah, it's very odd.
I'll get that with drawings sometimes.
Yeah.
I like draw a lot.
Right.
Or I used to draw a lot. I don't anymore. As an adult, sitting down for 5 hours drawing on a piece of paper.
Don't have much time.
It makes me anxious. Like I feel like I'm wasting time.
Right, I get that.
But, yeah, that's how I'd feel about that. Like I would have something in my head, like I need to get this on paper.
Yeah.
And then other things I would just have like some fleeting like, oh, this would be cool to draw. And I never do it.
Yeah, there's sometimes where it's like, it's always when I'm at like work or something, I'll like have a cool idea for like a riff or like for a song. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could like just try and figure it out on guitar quick and then just record it so I don't forget it. But
I've been actually looked up how to turn like whistles or hums into MIDI recently. Oh, huh. There's programs where you just whistle into the program and it'll turn into a MIDI track and play it back play it back to you, you know, and that might be a good way to record or even like transfer some ideas into guitar without actually playing it on the frets.
Yeah, because it's like I think of it in my head and it's like I could like make the sound of the riff with my mouth, but
even
like,
if you can't, you can do a simpler version,
right?
And then fucking spice it up
as
on
long
guitar
as you got
later.
That bass line down.
Yeah. I've been thinking about like doing that a little bit because I've been wanting to get into doom metal. You know,
doom metal's cool.
It's try to be in a doom metal band. That'd be fucking dope.
There's like
you know, anyone at the show is there for the music.
Oh yeah,
they don't give a fuck about what you look like or what the scene is. Like
super fans of that.
It just sounds cool as fuck.
I wish I could get more into doom metal.
Yeah.
It's like something to where like I like it, but I can only like listen to a few bands at a time and then I got to listen to something else. Like I can't sit there and just only hear doom metal cuz like I will get a little bored of it after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I go through phases. Sometimes I listen to it, sometimes I won't.
That's kind of how I am with like black metal too. It's like I only really like a couple select bands and then it's like it's just not for me overall, but doom metal is very cool, especially just like light up a bong and just chill.
Yeah,
listen to some thick,
like,
heavy riffs.
Background music almost.
Yeah. It's just like it's atmosphere music.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool to just chill to.
Have you heard Day Tripper?
Yeah, they're from here, right?
Yeah, the local band Day Tripper.
They're cool.
They sound fucking good, dude.
I've seen them once or twice. Yeah, I've definitely seen them once, and they're really cool.
They're cool.
like the cloaks and stuff they had on stage.
Yeah, they go all out.
Yeah,
they like
it's super
they
cool.
like dress up in like the black robes with their hoods up.
Yeah. It's like, this
that
is
shit's
sick.
awesome.
Yeah,
They're like weed wizards,
right?
Like,
yeah,
he puts on like this robotic filter for his voice.
yeah, that's really cool sounding.
I
Yeah,
saw
love
him
all
with
that stuff.
I saw him with Beelzebong when they came through.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go to that, but I think that might have been, I don't know. I think I was working or out of town or something like that.
Yeah, and the other band with them, Greenbeard.
They sound cool.
That one was super impressive. That
Nice.
one, like they fucking blew my mind. Like the vocalist, the guy who does vocals.
Yeah.
Like he fucking belts that shit into the microphone. Like he's loud, dude.
Right.
It sounds so good. He's just like singing cleans the whole time, but it's
I don't really even think I've, besides them, seen any Doom bands live.
I've always wanted to see like Electric Wizard.
Yeah.
I think
or
they
like,
still tour.
Bongzilla's cool, or like stuff like that. Weed Eater, but I know probably like 10 Doom bands, if that.
Yeah.
Candlemass is cool. Or like
There's
way more old
there's
school,
one I
but-
found on Spotify called I've mentioned it before on here, but they're called Demonic Death Judge. And
never heard of that.
they're from Finland. They're not a very big band. They might be big over in Europe.
Yeah.
They're not like super big here. But they're more like groove. It almost sounds like blues.
Okay.
It's like groove metal.
Sounds interesting.
But it's like you got to jack the bass all the way up.
That
and the
fuzzy,
bass,
heavy
the bass
yeah.
just rocks the cars like.
That sounds sick.
Like it's just so fucking loud. It sounds good. But their vocalist just does like the low growl the whole time.
Oh, nice.
Just
Super thick sounding.
yeah, like super low.
That's
like
badass.
dude, it's so cool. Just driving, listening to that shit. You're like, yeah. Like,
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It's cool as fuck. I want to see them live someday.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully they stick around by the time I have money.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to them. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. Demonic Death Judge.
Definitely.
They're really cool.
Sounds nasty.
Those fucking Finnish guys. They know how to make
Yeah.
metal.
There's some cool bands from over there.
Is it just the cold weather? Like what
Cold
is
weather.
it, man?
I don't know if it's a bad place to live or who knows.
It's like the cold
I feel
weather.
like it's got to be I think it's got decent living quality. Finland.
Does it? Isn't it like
I think it's kind of
Ocean?
like
sea, like
well, like grouped in with like
coastal?
Norway and like it's a nice place to live as far as like
Yeah, one of
being
those-
dangerous or anything like that. It's cold as shit, but
Fuck that.
I don't think it's very like dangerous being there. I think it's pretty safe.
safe, like crime wise.
Yeah, and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
like,
there's like probably no Finnish gangs.
like Norway, I think it's funny how like all the black metal comes from there, and it's like one of the most nicest, like calmest places to live.
well, they really have a lot of time to think about death, I guess.
I guess.
They don't have to think about all the other bullshit going on.
Yeah. Maybe they just fantasize about it more. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that could be some source of inspiration.
Yeah.
It's like everything else is,
Fuck all this happiness.
yeah, everything else is easy.
Yeah.
It's like there's got to be,
It's too
like,
nice.
what do the gloomy people think about? Because there are gloomy people. Like if society is so fine and easy to live
Yeah,
in.
what's like a shitty day in Norway?
Exactly. Like those people,
I wonder what.
I don't know, get stabbed.
Yeah, stabbed by Vard 27 times.
Your church burns down.
Yeah. A victim of a black metal band.
That's a shitty day in Norway.
Yeah.
A black metal band burns down your church on Sunday.
Then stabs you.
You get stabbed.
It's a good way to go out.
All right, man. Well, I think we've had a good long episode going on here,
Hell yeah.
and
It's a good time.
I think it was great talking with you.
You too, dude. Thanks
It
for
was
having me
it was
on.
fun. Good to hear about Misanthropic. When are you guys playing next? Do you have a show lined up?
I believe it is. Let me make sure so I don't get the date wrong. November 2nd at the Beast.
November
with,
2nd at the Beast? That's
yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
That's real
It's
soon.
like next week or
Who you
2
playing
weeks
with?
ago. Scatterguts and Saintbreaker.
Oh,
and then,
shit, dude. That's two bands I've wanted to see.
Yeah. And then some
November
band,
2nd. What day is that?
Thursday, I think. Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Fucker. I'll have to make it out there. And
there's a band playing with us. They're like a brutal death band from Mexico called Rottenness. So
from Mexico?
Yeah. Called Rottenness.
Rottenness.
So that'll be cool to see them. I've only checked them out here and there, but it's real like slammy kind of like death metal stuff.
Yeah.
It should be cool.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah, very. I'm excited.
All right, man. Well, it was good talking with you.
Hell yeah, you too, dude.
Hopefully we'll get another episode in here soon.
Definitely. I'm down.